Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome if you're new. My name is Liz. So this is the big reading. This is the one I wait all year to do. It's the most jam-packed reading. I think this is the longest reading I've ever done on my channel, I'm pretty sure, because we went in depth. We have 4 groups to choose from. We're actually going month by month with the charms and these mini cards, but we have a bunch of other cards that I carefully selected. Really love what we used today. We've got the pendulum, we've got charms, like I said, letters, we have angel numbers. I'm using my computer to randomly choose a number between 1 and 1,000, and then I'll read from my angel number book. So much detail. We did go into love, although I do want to do a full focused love and romance reading in the same way. So stay tuned for that, but we covered everything. So definitely get yourself a cup of tea or a nice beverage, get cozy, and find out what's happening for 2025. And these readings are my absolute favorite because we go month by month. When you're listening to some of these things, they might not really jump out to you right away. But as the year progresses and as these things unfold, it is super cool to see the comments throughout the year being like, yes, this just happened, or I know exactly what this means now. That's the fun thing. But as always, have fun with my readings. Ultimately, my readings are meant for entertainment. Have fun with it, right? Anything that comes up in these readings, because we look at challenges as well as good, fun things that are happening, none of this should stress you out. Have fun with it. I do hope that it resonates, and I do think it's cool when you come back and let me know how this, ended up working out, but have fun with it. I will show you all of the groups really quickly, and then I want to dive into it because I'm excited to hear what you think. All of my information, by the way, is always in the description, so look through that. We've got all of the decks that I used today will be listed below, and we have the links to my Patreon as well as my memberships if you're interested in supporting the channel and receiving a reading every single week, as well as some additional videos, some past videos. I did just post a 2024 opportunity and talents videos, all about hidden opportunities and hidden talents. So it's kind of like a complement to this video. So if you want to know about your hidden opportunities and hidden talents that are going to be uncovered in the year ahead, go ahead and watch that one. And then of course, stay tuned for the love reading as well. But let me show you what we have. So group 1, we have the bridge. And you could choose based on the image, whatever you feel drawn to. A certain card may jump out to you for a certain reason, but we've got the bridge here. Group 2, we have the curtain. Group 3, we have the crystal ball. And for group 4, we have the tower. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can pause the video if you need some time. Let's take a nice deep breath because I could definitely use one. So let's take a deep breath together. And yeah, leave a comment below if this is resonating. If you feel like it's your reading, I'd love to hear it. If you know anyone you'd like to share this with, please do so. That really does help my channel. And also, thank you so much for hitting that like and subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed already, definitely hit that subscribe button and the little bell that appears after you subscribe, and then hit all. And that way you'll get notified every time I post a video. And I think we can jump in. Let's see what's happening. I can't wait to hear what you think. I'd love to hear a comment. So we will start with group number 1, and timestamps will be below. Hello, group 1. If you chose the bridge, then we are going to dive in to your year ahead messages. So this is like the big one. This is the big reading I do every year. And we go month by month with the charms. On the charm tray, we've got the pendulum. I'm going to get you an angel number of the year, lots of cards. I am going to pull some love messages, but I really want to focus on, do like an entire love reading for the year ahead. But I will pull some love cards for the year ahead because I want to kind of get a good picture of what you might be able to expect in 2025. And you could be watching already mid-2025, depending on when you click this, that is okay. And what I really like is save this video, come back at the end of the year in 2025 and let me know what does and doesn't happen, how things ended up working out. A lot of times things will make a little bit more sense by the end of the year. So let's dive in. I'm going to shuffle out all of your cards. If you want to skip past this part, you definitely can, but I do like to include you in this part. So group 1, year ahead. Got a couple different tarot decks. Group 1, 2025. What can Group 1 expect for 2025? Group 1, 2025. Oh, there was one tarot card over here. I'm gonna take it. It was, when I grabbed the deck, I didn't get it, so we'll just take that as an extra message. Group 1, 2025. I like to keep myself organized in these year ahead readings. And so much can change in a year. It's just, I think the last year ahead reading I did was definitely during a challenging time for me. So a lot changes in a year. So I'm really excited to see what we're getting. Group 1. What is happening in 2025 for Group 1? Ooh, you're going to meet a stranger, and it's going to be important. Group 1, 2025. What is going on in 2025 for Group 1? Ooh. Try that again. A bunch fell out. Group 1, 2025. What is happening in 2025? Here we go. Group 1, 2025. One. Cool. Okay, good. So let's take a look at all of your cards. We'll get all the other info, like the charms. We'll go month by month with the charms and get, like, we'll ask the pendulum your question, get your angel number of the year and all of that after we look at the cards. So let's start here, Group 1. For your tea leaf cards, you have in 2025, family wishes coming true. Candle, you will be shown the way. You've got that handshake card, so a meeting with a stranger in 2025 could be important. And you also have the grasshopper, situations in the balance that require careful handling. You've got protect your energy, the 7 of Pentacles, the Emperor, the 7 of Wands, and the Knight of Swords as your cards of the year. You've got blessings and security. Protection. Okay, you've got the theme of protection quite a bit. You've got ink as well as yarn. Okay. Let me just do a quick little glance at this and see what's coming through. A couple of things I'm noticing with the Emperor, the 7 of Wands, protect your energy, protection, even Knight of Swords, security. This is a major theme of your year. I'm imagining like a fortress or something. And this is going to, I think, show up in different ways. I think one of the first things I'm noticing with protection and protect your energy is 2025 for you is the year where I feel like it's kind of like enough is enough with anyone crossing any kind of boundaries. I think that you are setting stronger boundaries in the year ahead. And I think that you are really paying attention to what energies or how energies are affecting you. This could be certain relationships, this could be things at work, but you do seem more protective of your energy or what you're working on, different projects or ideas. You seem to be really like protecting yourself. And this could also show up in different things you're doing throughout the year, right? In this image, we see 7 of Pentacles. Looks like they're saving some money. So that could be connected to the security card. Perhaps this is a year where you're really wanting to save a lot of money, maybe for a home, because I saw like a fortress or something. But you do seem to be, I don't want to say like guarded, meaning you're feeling like you have to be guarded. It's more so a year of like what I feel like is taking care of yourself and what you value. You're being very protective of your time, possibly, of your energy, of how much energy you're giving to different things that maybe you feel like deplete that energy or energy vampires, so to speak. So you do seem to be more protective. I am seeing something about a home, possibly, maybe with family wishes come true or something like there is something possibly in regards to a home, just because of this card's making me think that. All right. So that's the first thing I noticed as far as like themes. Now, a couple of things. I'm just going to look at the cards and talk about what comes up, I'm noticing the ink and the Knight of Swords. I think 2025 for you is also going to be a year of, what's the word? Very like direct communication, I guess is the best way to put it. I think that you are, and this could go into protection as well. I think in the year ahead, you're being very clear in what you want, very clear in what you're asking for. This is going to be a year of very direct communication for you. This could be really necessary because maybe you are someone that is a people pleaser. You tend to agree to things you don't want to agree to, or you have a hard time saying no to certain things. I think that this is going to be the year where communication is really emphasized. I'm also seeing that some of you could be interested in writing a book or getting your words out there. All right, there's definitely a theme of like, I have something to say, I want to share it. So I do think that there could also be a meeting with someone that could help you get a book launched, or get your writing or your blog, or possibly just something you want to say or communicate. I feel like there could be an opportunity to, get that off the ground, or get that moving, or get things going with that, because I do feel like you have a lot to say. I feel like you've got a lot of ideas, and I think that 2025 for you is also going to be the year to pursue certain things that you've been wanting to pursue and make certain changes as well. I think that this could be a year where, and I think you have been very reflective about like what needs to change, what you want to change, and I think you're taking control of that. You're kind of getting behind the steering wheel. You're taking the lead in something. You're making something happen in 2025. All right. So it's really a feeling of like personal power, empowerment, control, taking control of certain things that you want to change. I think that if you're watching this, there could be a good chance like budgeting is coming through really strongly with all these little piggy banks, security, the grasshopper situations in the balance that require careful handling. So I do think that saving some money could be something that you're really focused on in the year ahead, or possibly even like paying off debt or something like that does seem to be important to you in some way. Some of you might be signing some sort of deal in the year ahead, okay, or signing your name, signing a contract, possibly signing something like a house or something like that, a job deal, new job deals. If that's the case, I feel like if you are, oh, my dog just came in. If you are getting a new job, I do feel like there's more of a feeling of maybe being a little bit of a leader in this position. So it could be like you get promoted to supervisor, you get promoted to manager, or you just have more responsibility in the new position that you could be promoted to. Okay, so that's coming through. I think that there could be, I'm getting like possible raises for a few of you. But I'm seeing you using this responsibly, all right? So I don't think that this is going to be the year of like frivolous purchases or impulsive decisions when it comes to money or spending. I think in 2025, you've got a goal and you're wanting to make it happen. I think if you chose group one, again, like I said, this could be maybe the group where you've got a debt repayment goal, or something you want to save for. Maybe you are saving for a house or something. So I'm seeing you being like taking this very seriously, and nothing is stopping you in the year ahead. Like, another theme that I'm noticing, I think I mentioned it already, but I'm noticing this Knight of Swords behind the wheel. The Emperor is very much about being in control, being like having personal power, taking the lead with certain things. It's also, I'm getting a lot of like self-discipline here, all right, with the Grasshopper card, the Emperor card, this particular Seven of Pentacles card. There's a lot about self-discipline coming up in the year 2025. So it doesn't mean like, I don't want you to look at these cards and feel like, okay, this doesn't look very fun. This is an empowering feeling. This is a feeling of like making your goals happen, and no one is standing in the way. Because of this feeling of like protecting your energy and keeping unwanted energy out, it seems peaceful. Honestly, it seems like a very peaceful sort of energy. I think that the right people are coming into your life as well, and I'll get into this because you've got a meeting with a stranger in 2025 that seems really important. And this stranger could be the reason, because you've got the candle, so you'll be shown the way. So I'm wondering if this stranger you're meeting, and the fun thing about this too is stick around for the charms, because the charms could give us clues as to like when these specific things are happening. So we could get like a hand in a certain month, and that'll be a clue as to when this meeting is going to happen. So you're kind of getting a bit of a heads up on this really important person. Now, this could be someone connected to work, someone that you meet that says, hey, you'd be great for this position at my work. Like, why don't you apply? Or it could just be someone helping show you the way or helping guide you. I think that this meeting is just going to be one of those sort of serendipitous moments where, you know, you just happen to be introduced to them, or you happen to be like right place, right time, and you meet them. And then suddenly, you know, you've got a new connection, or you've gotten some really useful information, or they're able to help you, they're able to show you the way. So you'll be shown the way. You seem very like clear about direction in 2025, and also what you want. Very clear as to what you want. And with the 7 of Wands, like this is a card of standing up for what you believe in. So this is also a theme of the year ahead. I think you're standing up for what you believe in. I think this goes into these 2 cards as far as protecting your energy. I think that you are defending something, defending maybe a goal, or defending a vision that you have, defending yourself, possibly, just in general. I think this is a year where you're not letting anyone else take the reins, so to speak. You're in control. This is your year. Now, you also have the wishing well, which is a really lucky card for a year ahead. Family wishes come true. You also have blessings. So why don't we read one just for fun? I like to read 1 or 2 cards, especially in a reading like this, because you might get something from the description. So let's look at blessings. Because if I do recall, this is like one of the luckiest cards in this particular deck. So with family wishes come true and blessings, like there's some sort of big wish coming true. And I think that's why you're taking it very seriously. This is something that you value. It's something that's really important to you, and you seem to want to protect it. All right. So you're very protective of your space, your home, your family, your finances, your job, whatever this is. Okay. So the sacred landscape wants you to know immense blessings are emerging into your life from those in spirit. Angels, guides, and spirit guardians are watching over you. Angelic intervention is available to you. Be open to the voice of the divine. Messages are all around you. You are protected. You are safe. Have faith that your path is guided. Okay, that's interesting. So you seem to also be getting some like spiritual guidance as well when it comes to a certain direction that you want to go. Because this is, I always like to look at connections, right? So you have faith that your path is guided. You will be shown the way. So you do seem to have like a very clear idea of like, okay, this is what I have to do. And this might be a relief to you if you're listening to this and you're thinking, okay, I feel like I haven't had much direction, or I feel like I've been sort of feeling lost or confused. This is a really good indication that in 2025, you've got a vision. You've got a clear direction, a clear path in which you need to go, and nothing is standing in your way. And you're taking control of certain things. You seem very disciplined. So watch for signs that spiritual blessings are present. Profound healing energy is flowing to you in wondrous ways. Refreshing, replenishing energy is filling your life. Wow. Okay, so that's like a really promising card to get in a year ahead reading. So these wishes that come true are going to feel angelic, or like they're coming from like you feel like they're coming from like a spiritual support system. So that's really helpful too. You do seem to be, or feel like you're protected, or you feel very, I feel like you feel protected, but you're also being protective of your energy. So it's like kind of working hand in hand. Now the yarn, let's look at the yarn. Now the fun thing about these cards and messages is, like I said, some of you could be writing a book or starting to like write down your thoughts or ideas. This could be going into, this is the fun part, right? Because this could go into the Emperor card. This could have to do with like discipline, or look at this like map here. This could be like writing down ideas, or writing down to-do lists, or getting really organized. Illustration of some kind. Maybe you're an illustrator, but something to do with ink, something to do with illustration or writing or communication seems important, especially communication. And then the yarn. This could simply be that you are starting to knit or crochet in the year ahead. This could be something that you want to do. It could be a hobby that you get into. Yarn to me can also represent untangling something. I always picture like a tangled ball of yarn. Maybe you're untangling it, solving problems. It could also be about like bringing something together or creating something. So that's really cool, but that's the fun thing. And what I really encourage is have fun with this, with the cards, right? Wishing wells could be important too for a certain reason. You know, these piggy banks could represent like multiple different things that you want to save for. So have fun with it. I want to get a few more of these fun cards here because I get a lot from them. Okay, group 1. Anything else we need to know about the year ahead before we move to charms? We're going to get lots of details with charms, so stay tuned. Group 1. Anything else we need to know about the year ahead? The sun. Very nice. 1. Okay, so this is interesting. The first month, January, could be especially significant. All right. The first could have special significance to you. This could be a birthday, but I'm really thinking of it as like January, first month, being very important. You also have the sun. So this could, if we kind of have fun with the imagery, this could mean that you are spending a lot of time outdoors or more time in nature. You could be getting into gardening. You could be going somewhere really hot. You could be going to the beach more, something like that. But the sun really is about confidence. It's about confidence. I think that you seem very optimistic, but like, it's not just about optimism. This is about you're taking the reins again. You are taking control. You do seem to be taking something very seriously because you realize this requires careful handling with the grasshopper. But this isn't discouraging you. It doesn't seem to be making you feel nervous. It's actually making you feel very empowered. I think that this could also be a year of like making different adjustments to certain things. You could be doing some, like, to me, the 7 of Pentacles is like the personal audit card where you're kind of taking a little bit of time to reflect or to just sort of look at what is working, what isn't working, and then make some changes accordingly. I find that card really helpful for that. This could be a year where your patience is really starting to pay off. Something is starting to speed up. All right, so something you've been patient for, something you've been very disciplined with is starting to speed up. Or it could be saying, if you're patient, if you're disciplined, you know, this could really pay off for you. Okay, let me see what else is coming through. I'm getting a message about, this is going to be, if you know this is for you, but being more protective of like your home, okay? Whatever that means for you. You could be doing certain magical things to protect your home. There's a feeling of like just, because this says create sacred space to keep uninvited energy out. So just as a small example, I'm trying to think of like small examples that this could be. So my bedroom used to be like my little social area. I would have people over and people would like, you know, come sit on my bed. We'd watch shows in there and that's where we would chat. That changed last year. No one goes in my bedroom. I've got other areas to hang out, but my bedroom, my bed specifically, is like my zone. You know, it's my zone. And yeah, it's just kind of, maybe something like that is going on where you're being a little bit more protective of your home in a certain way. Some of you could be interested in home security in a certain way. Okay, that'll resonate differently for everyone, but home security, like, so maybe you're looking into an alarm system or cameras or something that's not meant to make you anxious. Again, this is more so just about you seem to be very proactive in the year ahead, so that's coming through. I just wanted to mention that. Again, that might not resonate for everyone, but yeah, maybe something like those cameras, those Ring camera type things, or a different lock or something like that. That could be coming through. That could be important to you. Or maybe it's just more so like talking to your neighbors. Maybe you're getting to know your neighbors more and keeping an eye out, you know, for each other, stuff like that, right? So that could be important to you. So because we have black tourmaline and we had this protection card, I do want to read this to you. So it says, only good vibes may enter. Learning how to fully realize and protect your personal energy is a powerful tool to stay strong. Remain true to yourself and resist being swayed or brought down by negativity. So you could be somebody that is very like swayed by the people around you. So when you are trying to be positive or proactive, certain things that people say or certain you know, conversations could actually be very discouraging. People could be saying discouraging things or challenging something that you take very seriously or something that's very important to you. And so that kind of, it just leaves you feeling a little bit deflated, right? Or a little bit like questioning yourself or questioning your own motives or your own goals. So I do feel like you, again, are standing up for what's important to you, despite who is maybe challenging that or trying to like question that. This is important to you and that's all that matters. Yeah, learning how to fully realize and protect your personal energy is a powerful tool to stay strong, remain true to yourself, and resist being swayed or brought down by negativity, whether it's directed at you or simply present around you. Before going out into public, make a conscious effort to harness this inner strength and commit to staying positive, regardless of who or what may seek to dampen or drain your spirit. So I feel like in previous years, you've had certain visions or goals, and maybe like who you've been surrounded with has like made you feel like these things are impossible, or made you feel like, okay, why bother, right? So this is a year of making changes, proactive changes for yourself. I think 2025 for you is going to look drastically different by the end of the year because you're making a lot of, I want to say practical changes, but you're putting in a lot of effort towards what you want to get accomplished and you're sticking to it. And it's not about perfection, it's about like consistency. You seem to be staying consistent and disciplined. And so people might question that when you have certain goals. If you're having something you're saving for, your friends might be like, oh my gosh, you never come out with us anymore, or you have a friend that buys everything all the time and then you stop, right? Because you're saving money for something, or maybe you've got another goal, right? I'm just giving this as an example. So you might have people around you question you and kind of like make you even wonder like, okay, well, why am I doing this again? Like, so you are really, it seems like you're really kind of guarding yourself against that. And in turn, you do seem to be meeting the right people. Or this could actually help, like this person that you're meeting that's helping you get to where you want to be. They're showing you the way. So yeah, so it's talking about before you go out into public, just make a conscious effort to set this boundary or to try not to absorb these things. If someone is trying to dampen or drain your spirit, like just recognize it for what it is. It says, utilize the shield of protection and you will recognize the difference. You might want to carry, like this could be your crystal of the year. You might want to get a piece of black tourmaline and carry it around in your purse or your pocket or on a necklace or something like that, because that could actually be really helpful for you. But protection is really an important thing. And again, I just want to emphasize, this isn't saying, the cards aren't saying, quick, protect yourself. They're saying this is something that seems to be important to you in the year, protecting your energy, protecting your space, protecting your goals. Maybe, you know, again, standing up for yourself when you have certain goals, setting more boundaries. It seems like there's something you want to create, and I don't think anything is stopping you. And that's really actually good to see with the Knight of Swords, because even though the Knight of Swords, I like it because we also have the Emperor here. So there is a sense of like self-control and discipline, but also like, get out of my way. This is what I'm making this happen, and pursuing something confidently. And you seem to be possibly facing some fears in the year ahead, taking control of certain things, getting really serious about certain things. So it's really a nice energy. And I think with the Grasshopper card, because it's saying situations in the balance that require careful handling, you seem to recognize that there is something you have to get serious about in the year ahead. I don't know if this is schooling. I don't know if it's, again, finances. I'm just looking at these little piggy banks. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's your job. Maybe it's your home. Maybe it is something you want to save for or pay off. I don't know what it is. It could be multiple things. It could be lots of those things, but this is a year where you seem to be getting really serious about something. And I think that you've got so much confidence with the Sun, the Knight of Swords, the Emperor. I think you're going to get what you want to do accomplished. So yeah, it just seems like a year where your goals are at the forefront of your mind. Sometimes I like to kind of compare. Like, I wouldn't say it's going to be the most leisurely year. It seems like more of a bit of a serious year to get some things taken care of or to get some things done. To amp up a feeling of security or a feeling of like some of you could be wanting to start an emergency fund, right? So, for a long time, what the kind of standard was that I would always hear was like having $1,000 emergency fund, but even just a little bit can help. So maybe that will make you feel like that sense of security, right? It's like, okay, I know that in this goal that I have, if I have this $1,000 set aside, that if anything should happen, if I have a vet bill or something happens with my car, I know that I don't have to dip into my credit card or, that kind of thing. So again, this is a year of like responsibilities and personal power and discipline and rules. Possibly structure could be a key word of your year. Maybe a bit more of a routine. This could be what you're putting down in ink is a routine. You could be writing down a promise to yourself at the beginning of the year. You could also be getting into journaling, possibly. This could be helping you, or daily planning with the ink. You might be someone who's better with pen to paper. My friend kind of makes fun of me sometimes because I'm very much a pen and paper person. I'm not like an online scheduling person or organizational person. I like just an old-fashioned notebook and a pen, and that's how I tend to be the most organized. I write my to-do list, I write my plans for the day, my priorities, that kind of thing. So yeah, this is looking good. I think that this is going to be a very accomplished year for you, but let's jump to charms because I could talk all day about your cards, and that's why these year ahead readings sometimes are several hours long. So let's look at your charms. So we're going to go month by month with the charms. And again, we'll see if there's any connections with your cards. I might want to actually leave these a little closer. Sorry, don't mind my arm there. Okay. I'm going to actually put these a little closer just so we can reference them. I'll just put them beside me here, in case I need to reference them at all. Okay, so let's look at your charms. Group 1. Okay. You had the arrow follow. That just means forward direction. Really quick too, I do want to get you a couple love messages. Because I do see a few love things here. Again, I really would like to do a full love reading. So don't be discouraged. Like if we don't get a lot about love, I'd like to do a full love reading. It's not like love isn't part of your year ahead, but it is a lot. It does seem to be more so about personal goals. There's this, so let's see, group. But you do have the cup here. You have got the cup here. Okay, group 1. What do we need to know about love in the year ahead? What do we need to know about love in the year ahead? Palm tree. Stability, security. You've got that word twice, security. So this is interesting. Permanence, growth, endurance, and flexibility. All right, so in love, and again, don't be sad. We're going to do more love messages coming up soon. But as far as love goes, stability and security is at the forefront of your mind right now. Okay, so this could happen in multiple different ways. It could be that you are looking for a secure relationship, right? So that could be the main theme that you're looking for, and you're not like, you could be, I almost kind of sense with your cards that you're actually not, I don't know if you're single right now. If you are in a relationship, this could be just that this is the focus of your relationship right now, is a certain goal that you have with your partner. If you're single, it could just mean that you are trying to get yourself in a more stable position or a more secure position, or this is really what you're looking for in a relationship. You maybe were in a previous relationship where you didn't feel like it was reciprocally, like, it wasn't balanced, possibly, whether it be financial or just your ideas for the future. You didn't feel like you were growing in the same direction. So this seems to be important to you. The idea of permanence too, it could be that you're looking for a serious relationship in the year ahead. This could be what's really important to you. Let's get maybe one more. But being that you have the word security twice, I just think you don't want to waste your time in the year ahead on relationships that don't feel like they have potential. Okay. So that's okay though. That's a good thing because you seem to have a vision of where you're going. And if you are in a relationship, this just means that maybe you and your partner, like this is kind of what the two of you are talking about. We need to get serious about this, or, I'd like to move here, or let's get more stable with this situation. Okay, group 1. Year ahead in love. Anything else we need to know? I just saw some cups on your charms. It made me curious. Wedding rings. All right. So this is big. So union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. So there is the potential that all of these messages of security and stability do have to do with marriage. All right, so some of you, like with family wishes come true, this could have to do with your family wish, blessings. There's a very real possibility that you could be getting married in the year 2025 or meeting the person that you would like to commit to, the person you feel stable with, the person you want to start a life with or build a home with, that kind of thing. This is very much like a feeling of commitment with the word permanence and eternal love. So, and if you are seeing someone now, it could mean that the relationship is getting a little bit more stable, or the two of you are deciding to commit to each other, get married, that kind of thing. All right, so let's look. Let me actually just look at the timing here. Are we already at, oh my gosh, these readings. Okay, let's dive into the charms. Could be like 45 minutes each reading. That's okay though. All right. So in January, let me get my little wand here and see. You've got the carousel, you've got the world card. So this is very clear to me. The world card kind of going into February, you had the number 1. January seems very important because you're ending a certain cycle in January with the little carousel, some sort of pattern. With the world card, this is like closure. So this really is a completely, a feeling in 2025 of like closing chapters, starting new ones, starting new habits, new beginnings. You've got the anchor. I like that for the keyword that you have of like stability, security. Maybe you're feeling very anchored to something. You've got the star attached to it, so you could be very anchored to a particular wish or goal. You've got the word will. That's interesting. You know, a will could be important, like a literal will could be important in February for some reason. This could just have to do with like personal will. You've got chaser, yeah. So it's almost like in February, this month seems very devoted to something you are pursuing, something that you want to make happen. So it seems like February is just a very motivated month. Not every month is going to be particularly noteworthy in the sense of like something big happening. These could just be kind of themes of the month. You could be going to a baseball game or a sports game or something like that in the second month. In the third month of March here, we've got the alert, we've got the slipper, we've got the bus, we've got the octopus. So the alert charm could be something has you on high alert in March, or you're paying close attention to something. This oftentimes has to do with phone alerts. And then you have the school bus, which can have to do with education. So you could be seeking out some education in March or taking some sort of course in March. This, what did I say? Elephant. Octopus. That's interesting. Maybe elephants are important to you, but octopuses can represent balance. All right. So with the grasshopper card, you did have a message of like situations in the balance that require careful handling, but this could also mean you are just multitasking. I always like to kind of guess which months are going to be the busiest. I think March for you is going to be a particularly busy month for you because you might have a lot to juggle that month, or you might be multitasking a lot of things. Okay. This could be like an alert for an opportunity, or an alert, like something has your attention in the third month. You have the little, I always think of this as like Cinderella's slipper, but this could also just represent finding the right fit for something. Maybe this could be romantic too, certainly, but finding the right fit with something. And again, I like to just emphasize, these things could have such personal meaning to you, like that makes sense later, right? So something about shoe shopping could be relevant, you know, and that obviously won't resonate for everyone, but maybe there's a reason. In April, something seems to be taking off. It seems connected to something you're learning. So something does seem to be taking off or reaching new heights. April, there could be home. I was getting something about a new home or something. So there could be something to do with a new home, or the idea of like stability. You've got the little cup here. So Ace of Cups energy. This could be new relationships in April, or just a feeling of like openness and emotional connection, being in touch with your intuition. You've got 2 cups on the board here. So that's kind of what made me want to pull the love cards. So stay tuned for the love reading. I do want to do that. May, another busy month. May and June seem busy. You seem very focused on something. If something seems to be going well, you've got thumbs up. So this could be encouragement. Something is going well. May and June could just be very productive months with the B. You know, you could be getting a lot of positive feedback or something like that, or really sweet results with something in May and June. The first part of the year, you seem like energized and things are moving. You've got a lot about movement, education, seeking something out. At the beginning of the year, you've got closing chapters. So there's a lot of like encouragement and movement in the first part of the year. You could be traveling in the month of April, okay, because of the plane. Again, have fun with the charms. May, there could be something on social media that's really significant, some support. This could have to do with the stranger that you're meeting, right? But someone seems to be guiding you, because the meeting with the stranger will be important. With the candle, you will be shown the way, right? You also had the arrow pop out, so that's about direction. Into the second half of the year, July. A tantalizing prospect will come your way in July. This seems like a really interesting month. It's something you likely have been waiting for with the fishing hook, okay? So something you've been waiting for, a tantalizing prospect will come your way. August, not much is being mentioned. It doesn't mean something's not happening. It just means the cards aren't, bringing anything up for this month. You've got September, you've got this is stability too. You've got the word stability, security, protection so much. So September seems like a very stable month, or you're feeling very supported in September with the saddle. And you've got the lock. You're stepping into a new experience with the leg that's leading you from September to October. And you've got this is like, there's something about September and October, somewhere where you felt like sort of intimidated. You're stepping into this possibly on the 2nd, because you've got the 2 here, so 2 could be important. But the lock and the dragon, this also has to do with protection as well. But it's like you're stepping into a new experience, but it's like there's a sense of bravery to this. Maybe you could be starting new jobs, or something could be significant in September, October, about like stepping into something where it's requiring a lot of bravery. In November, you've got the leaf. This could be a sign of release. This could be letting go of some things. You could be decluttering in November. The leaf also this particular one makes me think of like different directions and paths. In December, you've got that cup again. So it could be toasting to something in December. December could be a strong month where love is a focus. So December and I would say April seem particularly focused on love. So this could be where the wedding is taking place. If that wedding ring card it ends up ringing true, this could be the, proposal and wedding or something like that, because you've got cup and cup. So there's a connection between April and December when it comes to love, and even possibly with this 2 here in October, November, December. This you do seem to kind of be maybe shifting a little bit into love more towards the second half of the year. So that's interesting. Let's get a few tarot cards just to see if any particular noteworthy events are happening. Just gonna there you've got that 7 of Wands again. So you seem particularly protective in June of something you're working on. I think it's because you're seeing really positive results. In February, you have the Magician card, February, January. So yeah, lots of confidence coming through. We saw that in your cards. And a feeling of, I have what it takes, I can make this happen. You could be getting into manifestation in the first part of the year, manifesting something. But really, the Magician to me is about having the tools necessary to make something happen. In April, you do have the Tower card, okay? So the Tower card, but you have it with the plane, the cup, and the little house with the heart on it with the 8 of Cups. So I like to connect these 2 cards. There is something about a massive change, about leaving something behind. Once we get into the love reading, we can definitely explore that. Some of you could be going through breakups, possibly, or leaving certain places, relocating, okay, because it's near the house. Some of you could be relocating. So April, it's a very loving month, but you do have Tower energy here, so massive change. Don't let that make you nervous. This is a fun online reading. I just want to emphasize the Tower card is one of those cards that I have developed more appreciation for, because usually when it happens, it's something that is ending that we need to leave behind, especially with this 8 of Cups. It couldn't be more clear. So something is ending, changing. It might feel sudden, but I feel like, I don't know, it might feel fast, I think, but I don't know that you didn't see it coming, because you do have the 8 of Cups. So it's sort of causing you to go in a different direction with something. Again, you've got that 7 of Wands. You've got that twice as one of your main cards. You've got the moon in the month of July. That's making me think of this tantalizing prospect coming your way. So you might not have seen it coming. It could be something that was happening in secrecy. The Moon card, of course, encourages us to listen to our emotions, our intuition. It's a card of facing fears. It's a card of the unknown or hidden. It can be a card of our insecurity. So I do think that July for you could be a month of like facing some sort of fear. Kind of seems like a bit of a theme. In September, you've got that 5 of Swords here. So there's going to be a situation in September where it's best to walk away from. It's best to walk away from. I think this could be the thing that's maybe causing you to take a step in a different direction. But it seems like you could be dealing with someone in September. And this is good because it's giving you a bit of like a heads up where it's almost like best not to engage. Okay, this is someone who's not playing fair. This is somebody who's kind of just looking out for themselves. And if there's any like, if you feel like someone's kind of like gotten the best of you in the month of September, it was an empty victory. Okay, so walk away from it with your head held high. It seems to be prompting you in some way to kind of step forward into something or getting like break down some sort of barrier. So that's interesting. Very cool. This year is going to challenge you. Every year challenges you though, so keep that in mind. Every single year we have challenges, but these challenges seem so rewarding and you seem up to the challenge. This is the important thing. You seem up to the challenge. I think you choosing the bridge too. There's really a lot for you about leaving, like starting again or getting to a new place. Like I just got like leveling up. So you seem to be up to the challenge. I did a reading recently where it was a lot about like facing challenges. We got so many challenging cards, but in a certain way, the group seemed very excited for these challenges. Some people thrive on challenge, on having that next mountain to climb, that next thing to do. So in a way, you do seem up for the challenge because you know that it's improving something. You know that you're making improvements and making positive changes and going in a better direction. You're being more strong or defensive of yourself and what you care about. You are standing up for yourself. You are taking your personal power back. You're making changes. You're not letting people sway what you want. You're not letting people's opinions sway you or distract you or get you off track. You're being protective of your home, your space. You're entering more stable relationships, and one in particular where you're meeting someone and they're introducing you to someone, or you're meeting a stranger and they're helping you. It says you'll be shown the way, so they're helping you in a certain direction. You've got family wishes coming true in the year ahead. So there's lots to look forward to, but you seem ready to conquer some challenges. You seem very brave, very courageous, and ready to make some things happen. And it's because you care about these things. With your grasshopper card, your 7 of Pentacles, even like you are in a deep sense of like reflection and analysis and thinking about like, okay, what's really important to me, and kind of getting rid of the rest, honestly. So it's super cool. Let's get you an angel number. All right, so I've got random number generator ready on the computer. I thought this would be a fun way to do it. That's how I've been doing it on Patreon. So I've got it ready to start. One between, not 10,000, there we go, 1,000. So let's go. 252, let's take a look and see if it echoes anything that we got in the reading. 252, by the way, this is the Angel Numbers book. It's butter chicken sauce. I got on it the other day. So this is by Mystic Michaela, and I love it. 252, I use this book constantly, a lot on Patreon. Every week I use this on Patreon and memberships. Okay. Skill master. Oh my gosh. Wow. Your lessons matter. The skill you are currently perfecting is the vehicle by which your life is transported. Oh my gosh. I have chills because of your Knight of Swords. Oh my gosh. The lessons you learn today create the realities of tomorrow. Visualize what your life will look like, which is totally what you've been doing. Oh my gosh. I have chills. So visualize what your life will look like. Then when you have mastered this, visualize what your life will look like when you have mastered this skill and you are using it successfully in everyday life. So yeah, some of you are perfecting some skills or working on some certain things, so that could be something like a theme of your year. And that could be what you're working on. So what you're so focused on too is like your skills, your abilities. So there's some sort of skill you seem to be like mastering in the year ahead. Let's get the pendulum. So think of your yes or no question. You've got a maybe. which I know could be an unsatisfying answer, but sometimes the way I look at the pendulum is just some fun extra confirmation. So it could just be that nothing is yet set in stone with what you asked about. Some things still have to transpire or change, or maybe in a few days or weeks the answer will change, but currently it's a maybe. One, I realized I didn't do letters for groups 1 and 2, so I am back. We're going to do some letters. I like to include the letters because sometimes certain words will jump out, or names and different things. So let's do that now. And definitely look below in the comments for suggestions and different things. We've got friend, laugh, and song. Now, I did your reading a couple days ago, so I actually don't remember what we got really. I sometimes forget what we get in a reading right after I stop recording. So, you know, that just happens sometimes. So what I'm going to do is flip them over. I'll see what jumps out at me, and then I'll kind of put them upright in case that helps you. But let's see. I see tie, like an event. Someone's wearing a tie too. I see the word close, 5. The name Taylor, doe. Toe, row. The name Tina. Tail. Okay, so I'm going to flip them upright so you can see, in case this helps you. Sometimes, and the thing is with doing it the other way is words will jump out even if we don't have all of the letters. It's just the way they fall or something that jumps out at you. If you speak another language, look for certain words in different languages. Okay. All right, so feel free to pause if you want to spend some more time. I see retreat. So let me know what you see, and I'm going to do the letters for group 2 as well, because I also forgot their letters. Okay, thanks so much, group 1. Hello, group 2, if you chose the curtain, and this is your year ahead reading. I'm so excited to dive in. This is like the big reading. This is the one I always find the most intimidating because I want to get tons of information when I do this reading, and that is exactly what we have today. We've got charms. We're going to go month by month using the charm tray. We use this every year, and I've got the mini cards for that as well as the charms. You can think of a yes or no question that you want to ask the cards at the end of the reading, the pendulum at the end of the reading. Lots of cards. We've got angel numbers from my angel number book that we're going to use a automatic number generator online for. And yeah, tons of detail. I'm going to shuffle first, so just give me a minute. If you want to skip past this, you definitely can. We are pulling some love messages today, and your main messages could include love, but I would like to do a full in-depth love reading for the year ahead where we can really focus in on love and relationships. This one is going to be more so themes of the year. So like I said, while love could come up, it's more so about the main themes of the year, major changes or the focus of the year. Noteworthy events, different things like that. So let's see what is coming up for you, group 2, for the year ahead, starting with your tarot cards. And I always like to say too, every year has challenges, every year has good things. So we're going to focus on both, what the challenges might be. So if you see some challenging cards today, whether it be on the board or in the main cards, don't worry, because we're going to get lots of info. Okay, so group 2, year ahead, 2025. Ooh, that one wanted to come out too. Okay, and the last tarot card, I chose 3 different tarot decks today. Group 2, 2025. Group 2, 2025. I could have pre-shuffled to save some time, but I wanted to include you in this part. Group 2, 2025. Right. 2. Go. These are just some fun little card game, but I like to use them as oracles. And in a reading like this, they're very specific, so they're kind of fun. Group 2, 2025. What do we need to know about 2025? 2025. 2025. Okay. Pull the love cards in just a few minutes. I did it before the charms for group 1 and it worked out. Okay, group 2, 2025. There we go. And tea leaves. Group 2, 2025. Let's see what we have there. Just put your main card here. Right. Starting with tarot. Let's get the tarot started. 3 of Cups, King of Swords, 10 of Wands. These two came out together. And the Queen of Swords. Wow, okay. So King of Swords and Queen of Swords with 10 of Wands in between. Because this came out with this. And 3 of Cups is a really fun card. So these are your tarot cards of the year. Some pretty solid cards. 10 of Wands, of course, can indicate, I mean, it's a 10 though, right? So oftentimes it means we're very close to completing a certain goal or getting to a certain destination. It can also indicate that we're maybe feeling a little bit overwhelmed. So we'll find out more of what's happening with that. With it came the King of Swords, so we'll dive into that. You've got overcome your fears, simplicity. For your little fun cards here, we have feet, a fox, eye, and ocean. You've got dog far away, a distant friend is thinking of you, changes in your life with the moon, and wind chimes, peace and harmony. Oh my gosh, lovely. Marriage as a theme. Okay, so we'll definitely pull some love cards, and you have wish. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, so I have to say, I sometimes have a little bit of a sigh of relief when I see the cards at the end because overall this is looking really, really nice. Okay, so let's see. Let me just absorb these for a moment. And what I really encourage, because these are general readings, ocean may have significance to you. You could be going to, like, on vacation, and we'll find out more with the charms too, but there could be a chance to visit the ocean, or ocean, you could be moving to the ocean, or, you know, ocean could be significant to you for lots of different reasons. All right, so. I like to kind of do my little connections here. So I was getting eye on the prize, which is, of course, just an expression that means keep your goal in mind, right? So keep your eye on the prize. So it does seem as if with 10 of Wands, in 2025, you are so close to completing a certain goal that I'm getting encouragement to keep your eye on the prize. 2025 could be a year of completion for you, of getting these goals, like realizing a certain goal or completing a certain goal. For you, group 2, I'm getting the distinct feeling that for some reason this is something that you had planned to do in 2024, but for some reason it maybe got delayed or was more challenging than you had anticipated. And so it is happening in 2025. So 2025 for you could be a year of like realizing a certain goal. It was something that you really had wanted to accomplish in 2024, but for some reason it got kind of pushed back. So 2025 for you could be a year to finally complete this, and we'll get some tips from the cards as to like maybe how to speed this up, right? Because I do sense that this is something you want, right? So whether it be landing a certain job or paying off something, like paying off debt or something, or maybe it's a savings goal or something like that. You've learned something, like there was a lot of trial and error in something in 2024. So in 2025, you're taking those lessons and that knowledge and applying it. And this itself could actually be helping you complete this. So that's really good too. Let's look at a few other things. Feet could be important. You could be taking better care of your feet in the year ahead. Again, have fun with it. Feet could be important for many reasons. You know, you could work with feet. You could be doing pedicures or something like that. We'll get more meaning into that. Could be thinking on your feet with the fox, or thinking cleverly, because actually the fox card from one of my decks, the meaning is think on your feet. So This could be some clues as it's important to think on your feet. Let me see what else is jumping out at me. Wish is really nice. So a wish motivates the heart's desire to keep hope and faith alive. So there's no question here that it feels maybe at this point with a certain goal or something you're working on, like too many things have kind of added up, or you're trying to possibly do too much at once. So this is one of the first things I actually want to really dive into. Simplicity and 10 of Wands. I think in 2025 for you, you're getting a little bit more. The word concise is coming in, focused, more streamlined is coming in. I'm just listening to words that are coming in. Efficiency could be key. But I think for you, 2025, it's going to be a year of simplifying, whether that be your routine. So for me, I encountered this recently. I had this goal for like November, the month of November, really the last 2 months of the year, where I had like this list of all these things I wanted to focus on. And by day 3, I'm like, okay, I'm trying to do too much at once. Like, I've got all these things I'm trying to change at once that it's just not honestly realistic and it's hard to maintain. So instead I narrowed it down to those top 3 things that I wanted to focus on, and it's been much easier to focus on. But for you, simplifying could be important in that way in the year ahead. I also see you decluttering, okay? So I do see you decluttering in the year ahead, letting go of some certain things. Simplifying could be about that. Simplifying routines is coming up really strongly for you specifically though, but simplifying your weekly routine, simplifying maybe what you take on, keeping things simple in general, getting back to basics sometimes comes up with a card like this. So you could be getting back to something that worked originally, because oftentimes when we're doing something, we can pick up all these different extras along the way. So maybe you're kind of going back to the drawing board, so to speak, or like simplifying, getting back to the basics, getting back to what works, with something in 2025, and this could actually be helping you complete something. I also think that you're simplifying what you take on. So I think that 2025 for you is going to be the year where you're not overcomplicating things by agreeing to things you don't want to do, overcommitting yourself, taking on more than you can handle, whether that be shifts or agreeing to things like helping people, which is, it's great to help people, but if you're doing it at the expense of your own goals or your own well-being, that's when we have to kind of pull back and think, okay, am I agreeing to too much? So you do seem to be simplifying possibly your schedule. I think you want the year to be a little bit more, again, streamline was coming in, concise, specific, less cluttered. Like clutter, I think that's a major theme that I'm feeling from your reading, is letting go of clutter, whether it be physical clutter in your home, a cluttered schedule, a cluttered workload. You're letting go of the clutter, you're simplifying, you're getting back to basics in the year ahead. And this is also helping you get very serious about certain things. This is going to be the kind of year too with the Queen and King of Swords. I'll get to this, what this could be in love or relationships, because I see that too. But in general, it's a year where you are setting boundaries, standing up for yourself, communicating clearly for yourself, saying no. The Queen of Swords is my card when we do have to declutter or cut things out. This could be the year where you're cutting certain things out. You could also be working on some bad habits or different things like that. So that could also be happening. You've got overcome your fears. You do seem very brave. And part of what I think this overcoming your fears has to do with is changes. So you seem to be in this, I just got something really specific. Some of you have been postponing something that you want to accomplish because you're afraid of the changes that will happen once you accomplish this. So you're shifting your mindset and you're facing your fears when it comes to success, okay? So if that's for you, you'll know. But there's certain fears that you have when it comes to success, certain responsibilities possibly that are connected to this, all right, with these 2 cards here, to this success. So if I'm successful in this, I have so much more responsibility. If this works out the way I had hoped, it's going to change everything. It's going to change my schedule. It's going to change this in my life. So instead of postponing these things that you want, you're like, okay, I can handle these changes. So you do seem to be facing some fear. Let's read that just for fun. I always like to read 1 or 2 when I'm doing these. Here it is. So let's, and also what's fun about these cards is this could be your crystal of the year. You might want to keep a piece of tiger's eye with you in your purse or on a keychain or something. That's your crystal of the year. Let me know if that's already a crystal that you are drawn to. It says, sooner or later, we are all called upon to take action and face our fears. Be empowered, yes, and be empowered Be empowered, courageous, and bold. Even the bravest among us experience fear. It matters only that you face that fear and overcome it. Don't let the natural instinct to avoid discomfort prevent you from realizing some of your greatest experiences. Storm the proverbial castle, push open the gates, embrace your inner tiger, and stare down that fear until it is conquered. So I see, oh, look at that with the eye. So there's something about staring down your fears. 2025 for you, that's another theme, is facing fears. You're going to be like, I had on my vision board, I think at least 2 years in a row, right in the center said, everything you want is on the other side of fear. So that could be your motto of the year 2025. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. So this is a major theme for you, is staring down your fears and pushing through. And I think you're going to surprise yourself, honestly. It says, shift your perspective and welcome fear as an opportunity to step up, meet the challenge, and demonstrate your resilience. So you seem to be proving possibly yourself wrong in the year 2025, but proving to yourself what you have, like what you're made of, that expression. So you seem to be proving to yourself what you're made of in the year 2025. You are also very clever in the year ahead. So you're coming up with like clever solutions. This could also have to do with simplifying too, but there's an element of knowledge. Like you could gain some information or some knowledge or secrets. I don't want to say you're being like, because foxes can be associated with like sneakiness, deception. I'm not so much getting that, okay, especially with the King of Swords here, but I am getting that like there's a feeling of knowledge is power, or you're getting some sort of information, or possibly, okay, this is what it might be. You're being a little bit more strategic with information. You'll know what this is maybe when it happens, but you're being strategic with information that you're receiving, or that something like that. You're being very strategic. You've got, let's see what else. You've got, fun, kind of a friendship theme. 3 of Cups, a distant friend is thinking of you. So in the year ahead, you've got a friendship theme too. The 3 of Cups is really a social card. It could mean that 2025 is going to be a bit more of a social year for you. You've got more going on, more events, more invitations coming in, possibly a little vacation with some friends, because I'm noticing the water and the ocean. So you could be traveling with some friends to go to the beach or something, with the little image there. Sorry, I'm just crossing my legs. And that could even connect with the simplicity card, right? It could be like maybe you and your friends are kind of just enjoying the simple little things, like the simple pleasures in life, and getting together more, for dinner, or making a point to see each other more. But somebody does seem to miss you, and maybe this is someone who has to cross an ocean to see you, but someone who's been thinking of you that you might hear from in 2025, or you could get together with a friend that you've been really missing. But definitely a feeling of reconnecting with friends, connecting with friends in general, possibly making new friends. I would say there's an encouragement in the year ahead to do those things that you think are fun. Go to those social events that you think are fun, but maybe you've like overworked yourself into not going to, right? So I think that this is going to be an important thing to include in your schedule, is to go do things with friends, maybe get a pedicure once a week. Maybe that's why feet came up for you. Again, have fun with it. Something like that. Some of you could be getting into aesthetics, just came through with the feet and the eye. I'm thinking of makeup, aesthetics, feet, something like that. So spa, you could work in a spa. That could be coming in. Some of you, again, I know it seems small, but it could be relevant. Some of you are getting your eyes checked or getting glasses in the year ahead, or your eye health could be really important to you. Contact lenses, maybe glasses, something like that could be important for the year ahead. I think actually that's the year I'm due to get my new prescription to go for my eye appointment. So that's kind of funny. So something like that could be, coming up. But I really do think that because you had tiger's eye, face your fears, that connected to that. So maybe facing your fear, but also when it said I got the expression, keep your eye on the prize. But what did it say? There was another thing about, eyeing down your fears or something like that. So I think that's really, really cool. You have peace and harmony. So socially, your life in general seems pretty harmonious. Like people are getting along. There's a feeling of like friendship and support coming through very, very strongly. You could actually have a friend really supporting you and helping kind of cheer you on. I always notice this cat. In a relationship reading, the 10 of Wands can be a card of support. someone supporting you through a challenging time, supporting each other when things are challenging. Overall, there's a great sense of harmony, and this could be great for work in the year ahead. It could be great for just socially with your friends, romantically, which I will get to. We're going to pull some love cards, but a great feeling of peace and harmony. This is just a good feeling that this year is going to be a peaceful one. You can take a sigh of relief there, like something's going to be peaceful or something's going to calm down. Another theme I'm seeing here is truth. So it could be that the truth is very obvious in regards to something that hasn't been peaceful. Maybe the truth, is very clear to everyone, or something is, kind of like your truth or something like that. Truth could be a bit of a theme here. Maybe some travel is specifically peaceful, something like that. You've got the wish card. This is kind of one of those fun cards for a week ahead, a month ahead, especially a year ahead. So it could mean that you've got a wish that you're very focused on. A wish is like realized. It could mean that you're making certain wishes. It could be telling you to make a wish right now. So if you want to pause and make your wish for the year ahead. I'm sending you good energy for your wish. But yeah. Now, I do want to get into relationships. So a couple of things that could be happening. Two people that think very similarly or have very similar ideas about things or strategy or styles, work styles, anything like that. All right. You think the same way, or you understand each other, maybe is a better way to put it. This could be two people or two businesses, two anything, fill in the blank, coming together to complete something, coming together to make things easier together, coming together to help and support, right? So this could be at work. This could be meeting a business partner that is like super supportive and helps simplify things for you, helps take off some of that, stress or additional workload. This could be, I just got something about AI or computers, something like that. This is very technical energy. When you get into swords, it's communication, it's logic. I always combine swords with like technology or logical thinking, things like that. So it's simplicity, like technology could be helping you in a certain way. That could simply be what it is. But something seems to be coming along to help make things easier for you in a certain way. There could be a bit of a learning curve with something that I'm getting. There could be something you're working on that does require a bit of a learning curve, or it's almost a little bit harder before it gets easier. But once you learn it, things get simpler, right? So there's always that, because sometimes we're doing something that isn't making things easy on us, but it's because we've always done it that way. And the idea of learning a new way of doing something can be intimidating because it's like, I don't have the energy, or I don't know if I can learn that. If you can just get over that little hump, face the fear, I think that you're going to find this is going to help you. Again, you'll know what this is maybe when it happens, but there could be something where there's a bit of a learning curve, or you're taking on a little bit more for the long-term goal of like actually simplifying and making things easier for you. I think overall this theme of simplicity is going to trickle through lots of different things. Your routine, something that maybe seemed more complicated, suddenly seeming a little bit more easy maybe. Someone coming along to help you to make things more simple. Simplicity in your relationships. This is a really good sign for like, there's not going to be a lot of complications or, messiness in relationships. It just seems peaceful, simple. Your communication is simple. It's just like, okay, we can just talk. I can be honest, that kind of thing. Now you've got marriage. This doesn't always have to be romantic, although it could. Don't want to spoil the surprise, but you could be getting proposed to, or you might already be engaged. There could be a marriage. There could be a significant marriage coming up where you're attending a nice fun wedding. Could be the highlight of the year where you're like getting together with people, a friend's wedding, family member's wedding. Marriage though, like I said, doesn't always have to be romantic. It could be a marriage of ideas, you and another person, a business, a strategy. Basically think of like just two entities coming together to create like something together. So however that resonates. Also, if there is a wedding, if you're planning a wedding, I'm getting a message to tell you to keep it peaceful and harmonious. Maybe keep things a little simple or just focus on the basics, okay? So that could be your style anyways. But I'm getting not to get too stressed over napkin rings and fonts on your invitations and things like that. Really think about what truly matters in this ceremony or a wedding or engagement or whatever, the case may be, wedding planning. Okay, so focus on what's important, I think, okay? Because you could get kind of like weighed down by all these like little details that really, in the grand scheme of things, no one's going to remember, A, and then B, that aren't really as important. So there's the potential maybe to spend too much if that's the case. If you are planning a wedding for 2025, these things add up. I've seen it. I worked in the wedding industry in a certain way for 10 plus years. It adds up. Okay. It adds up. And, so just keep that in mind. Maybe keeping it simple could be coming up for that as well. Let me see what else is coming through. Some of you are possibly getting some promotions, or there could be a shift in your work that does require more responsibility. And this is going to be a year of trying to manage that, trying to manage this extra responsibility or this extra workload. So just keep that in mind. Seeing if anything else is coming up here. Let's read Simplicity, and then we'll move to Charms. I'll get you a few love messages as well. Okay. All right, so in 2025, to find sacred simplicity and have clarity in your life, do only what matters. Release everything else, yes. Simplify your life. Scan all areas and clear both internal and external clutter. That's exactly what we got. Rest, rejuvenate, and only participate in what is truly important to you, is exactly what we were talking about. Relinquish everything else. Do not delay, do it now. When life is cluttered with objects, relationships, time constraints, and emotions, there's no room for spirit. There's too much static and too much stuff to connect to your soul. The smallest amount of clutter clearing can make the biggest difference. So that's one important thing too. I think you are maybe doing some big decluttering in the year as a theme. It could be a year of the declutter. It's so funny because I was laying in bed earlier and a video came up in my suggested that was, it was all about decluttering. So this could be a theme for you in the year. We talked about that earlier, but it's just funny that it kind of echoed exactly what we were getting. You seem to want to keep things light and fun in the year, and that could be because you do have more responsibility with something, but there's a good balance here of like being serious about certain things, your responsibilities, things you're trying to tackle or accomplish, and then I like this 3 of Cups because it kind of just added in this light funness to the reading, which is good. Let's get a few love messages. See what else we get for love. And like I said, I'd really, really like to do a full in-depth love reading very soon. So hopefully we can do that. But group 2, what else do we need to know about love and relationships in the year ahead? 2025, what do we need to know about love and relationships? Love call. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. Okay, so this kind of complicates this because I always make connections, thinking of you. So this adds a little bit of spice to this because there could be a friend who confesses their love. Someone expresses love. You could have a friend who's been thinking of you. Now, this distance might not be geographical distance, I might add. It could be just distance in time, distance in your lives. You've just been distant with this person or you haven't seen each other in a long time. So somebody, possibly a friend, is likely going to express some deeper feelings to you in the year ahead. So, surprise. Or, it doesn't, if it's not romantic, it could even be talking about this. So a distant friend is thinking of you and letting you know. You could hear from a friend you haven't heard from in a long time. But I was, to be fair, specifically asking about romance. So keep that in mind. If this King and Queen of Swords is a romantic match, I always like to see that because you connect with this person like about your interests, your ideas, the way you communicate, you just get each other, the things that you are serious about, like all of that. The Swords, of course, is our mind, it's our communication. So it can be a really great match. And really that's what stands the test of time, right? Someone you can really connect with, that can really last. Okay, romantically, anything else we need to know as a possibility for group 2? Romantically, anything else we need to know? Camera, reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learn from the past, make memories. So So romantically or just in general in your relationships, memories, taking lots of pictures could be important for you in the year ahead. Learning from the past is interesting too. I mean, it could be that you and another person have learned a lot in previous relationships, either with each other or separately in your own relationships, and you're taking those lessons and like really thinking about them going forward. It could be that someone is looking at pictures of you. Okay, someone could have their eye on you and they are, you know, they want to connect with you or they want to talk to you again. They're creeping your Instagram or your Facebook. And let me know below if you'd like to see a full love reading like this in the same style. We definitely can do that, but I would like to get one more here just to see what else we need to know. Group 2, anything else we need to know in love and relationships? Kisses. So unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. So some of you, 2025 is the year where you are falling in love. Perhaps the charms will give us a little bit more detail as to like when this is happening, but someone's being very affectionate or you're feeling very affectionate. Unconditionally loving is a nice thing to see too. Giving and receiving affection. So lots of affection, lots of kisses and hugs potentially happening in the year ahead. Let's look at your charms. This is where we get a lot of detail. What I'll do is I'll just move this beside me. Here, let me get organized here. Where should I put it? I'm just gonna put that there so I have access to them because I like to reach for them sometimes depending on what we get with the charms. So for group 1, what I did is I did the charms, went through them and then cast the cards. I'm gonna do these all at once. So group 2, this is just going to point out any noteworthy events in the year ahead, what months might stand out. Group 2, 2025, anything? Okay, let's get those charms. Group 2, 2025. And this one popped out of the tray, but it is the like one-on-one time. I like that with the kisses card, but it's like one-on-one time with someone. It popped out and knocked this over. So it's like you're being knocked over by love. Okay, so we've got, let's flip this over. In April, you've got the 7 of Swords, which immediately makes me think of your Fox card. Yeah, I think there's like something strategic happening. And then in May, you've got 9 of Pentacles. Lovely. You've got the Sun in August. Going into September, you have 10 of Pentacles. Wow. October, you've got Ace of Swords. Okay, so some pretty good cards. I mean, we do have a challenging one there. We've got the 7 of Swords, but this could also represent strategy, secrets, being strategic with information. It can often represent just looking out for ourselves, but it can also represent deception, right? So we'll get into what that might be. But you do have the Fox. So remember earlier I was saying not being sneaky, and it's not like deception, but there was a feeling of being strategic with information, or specifically what I got was thinking on your feet. So it's almost like in April, you're thinking on your feet with something. This is the kind of reading where you come back and you'll know what it is, maybe at the end of April, but let's start in January. You've got the Cactus. So a strong feeling of independence, but you do have that match, right? You've got the King and Queen. So independence, this can be like a feeling of self-sufficiency is more so what I get. Sometimes it can be like you might be like feeling blocked off emotionally at certain points. So maybe this is something that you're working through in the year ahead. Because I always think of like the prickly cactus, and then I always think of like just the water inside. I could be way wrong. I could have my cactus facts way off right now, but that's always what I get from it. And, cactuses are very you don't have to water them that much, that kind of thing. So it could just be a feeling of like feeling very self-sufficient, but also I'm getting with the 2 Swords cards, and then the encouragement to like get connected with friends, and someone's been thinking of you. Maybe have you been overworking yourself in 2024? This could be a year to include a little bit more social time or connection with friends or loved ones. You've also got a Taurus. This could be the distant friend that's thinking of you, or Taurus could be important in another way. Into February, you've got the Lemon. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. You're making the best of a situation in February. This also with your decluttering messages could be cleansing. This could be have to do with like doing a big deep clean in the month of February for some reason. Ooh. You've got, interesting. Okay, so when I saw it, I thought, looks like a mushroom charm, and I haven't seen this one before. It's not though. It's a piece of a broken charm. It's a skirt, and it's feet and legs. So that's kind of cool with your feet card. But it made me think of a mushroom. It kind of looks like a mushroom, doesn't it? But with 2 stems. So maybe there's some significance there. Ooh, definitely comment below what you think that might be, because you also have like 3 of Pentacles here. So maybe support, 2 people supporting each other, which is exactly what we got with the King and Queen of Swords with the 10 of Wands in between. Balance could be very important, okay? So even with the 2 there supporting the mushroom, idea of balance could be important too in February. You could be getting balance. Some sort of legal matter you could get an answer to in February. That won't resonate for everyone, of course. Something could be finalized or resolved in the month of February. You've got dream, all right? So pay attention to your dreams. You could be starting a dream journal or writing down some sort of dream or wish with your wish card. You also have the bird here. I always think of this as like perspective. You could be gaining a different perspective, freedom. The freedom to be yourself is coming through. March, you have the broom, more cleansing. So lots about cleansing. I think this is a year of like, especially if you've got a lot of clutter to get rid of or a lot you've been like holding on to, this could be a good year to, like we saw, simplify, declutter. So cleansing could be a theme of February and March. Maybe you're kind of getting ahead on spring cleaning that year. Okay, you've got, April gets a little interesting because you've got that 7 of Swords. So again, there's a feeling of secrecy, possible deception in April. But what I truly think it is, and it could be both, is you thinking on your feet in April when it comes to a goal, okay? Something you're working towards. There could be a competitive element to this or something in April. Might make more sense when April comes. We also have the kissing fish, which is interesting, kisses. So romantically, there's lots happening in April too, lots of affection. This could be when the relationship is blossoming. This could be like 2 of Cups, getting to know someone, connecting with someone in April. April could just be a romantic month. In May, you don't have much, but you do have the 9 of Pentacles. So financially or with work or business, things could be going really well in May. I think I said May. I hope I did. But yeah, in May, things could be going really well. But also the 9 of Pentacles is a very independent energy as well. So again, with that theme of independence, it could be have to do with self-employment or something like that. But overall in May, things seem very rewarding. You could be treating yourself to something in the month of May as well. You could be going on a trip or getting yourself like something fancy you've been saving up for. Into June, you have the boat. That's kind of cool with the ocean card. Okay, so you could be traveling by boat or something like that. Or it could just be saying go with the flow in June. June's a good month to kind of just adapt and go with the flow. You've got overcoming a problem or overcoming some sort of hurdle with the horse jumping over the horseshoe. So it could be saying going with the flow will help you release and overcome a certain hurdle. The leaf can also have to do with, again, release, simplify, declutter. But I also noticed like the little paths in different direction that it takes. But generally the leaf represents release. Into the second half of the year, we have July. We've got the bobbin. This could be working on something behind the scenes. Could also be talking about bringing something together. And once again, we have the fox. So this just kind of confirms it to me. This isn't so much about deception or sneakiness. It's more so about a clever year. This is a year where you're really like, you're using your brain. Like you're using your brain to solve problems and think strategically and plan. You're using information to help you, that kind of thing. You're thinking on your feet, you're being strategic. So it's going to be a good year that way, right? Like you're not missing anything, you're paying attention to details, nothing's kind of getting past you, you're noticing details. But like a very concise and pointed like vision or idea of something. Group 1 had a lot about like structure and rules. This is where they had the Emperor. King of Swords can be very similar in that way. So you could be setting certain structure or rules with yourself. You're in charge of something maybe. I was getting that earlier. Maybe this is part of the responsibility that's coming in. Freedom with the horse or momentum. So something could be picking up momentum. Something could be coming together. Due to strategic thinking. You've got Cupid in August. So August, another month of love, similar to the month of April. Cupid has struck somebody and there's a feeling of love. You also have the sun. So overall, a feeling of confidence, harmony with your peace and harmony card. It could be that August is the most harmonious month of the year, or just a feeling of, again, like I said, confidence, happiness, a celebration, something, an ability you have could be really shining. But when we're talking about love, it could just be feeling like really happy in a relationship. You could be falling in love in the month of August. You also have the little balloon animal. This can be about flexibility. And also it asks us, like, how much are we bending or adapting to what someone else wants us to be? So that could be a theme. More positive signs for finances and work and the home with 10 of Pentacles in September. So a good month, maybe just you're feeling very secure. This could be in lots of ways, but you're feeling very secure in your home or without, at work possibly. You've got the word and you. You've got the barking dog. This could be someone trying to communicate with you. But again, like with all of these charms, have fun with it. The dog could represent that you're getting a dog. There's also dogs on the 10 of Pentacles. So September, if you're getting a dog, that could be the month that happens. You've got the iron. You could be ironing something out with somebody. This can sometimes represent miscommunication. So if there's been a miscommunication in September, it seems to be ironed out. You're getting some sort of return or reward on time you've invested or effort you've invested, something you're putting in effort towards, you're getting something back, although it might be a bit of a surprise. You've got the arrow and the Ace of Swords. This is making me think of your King of Swords as your main card of the year. Direction, like concise, very straightforward. Clarity is a huge theme, especially for October. You seem very clear. It could also be saying with the phone, clear communication. This could also be news or an epiphany, a realization. This could have to do with the person kind of confessing their love to you with the love call, because of course, a phone, a message. So I would bargain that this love call is happening in October. In November, you've got Capricorn energy coming through. You've got heads up and the open cage. So you're feeling free, or you're feeling like less limited by something. This to me is 8 of Swords energy. You're breaking free. You also had themes of freedom in July. Heads up is pay attention, keep your head up possibly, pay attention to information, something to do with the Capricorn. Moving into December, you've got the diary. You've got the school bus, which can have to do with education or learning something. You've got the fire-breathing dragon. So you're feeling fierce in December, okay? You're feeling very fierce. You're communicating something with passion, possibly. Your school bus could represent education or something to do with school. You could drive a school bus, or school buses could be important to you because of your family or for some reason. But in general, it means education. And you also have the diary. So you could, again, be journaling. There could be a secret revealed in December, something that you learn, something like that. But overall, some pretty solid cards as a whole, your whole year. Of course, there's challenges in every single year, right? I mean, I haven't had a single year where there hasn't been some challenge, but in general, there seems to be a theme of like, you're up for the challenge, and things do seem to be getting simplified. So part of what's kind of happening, these changes in your life are actually simplifying, making things a little bit easier. So yeah, just feeling like taking care of business in the year 2025 in general so far. Let's get you an angel number from the angel number book. Let me just set this aside. Okay, so I restarted the website here, so I've got to re-enter this. So between 1 and 1,000, because that's what this book has. This is the Angel Numbers book by Mystic Michaela. So let's see what your number is. 364. All right, so let's read 364 and then we'll do your pendulum. So if you haven't thought of a yes or no question. So 364, practice it. Put action behind your intentions. The intentions you have set need some action behind them, for sure. I can see that with your King of Swords card, your Queen of Swords card. So revisit your intentions and choose one to work on today. Didn't we even talk about that? With simplifying? Oh my gosh. Put forth a valiant effort to show the universe and yourself that you are serious about self-growth. Put action behind your intentions. So that can also be echoing like the idea of simplifying your intentions, not trying to do it all, right? Because we can see that with the 10 of Wands. So maybe simplifying your intentions, focusing on one thing like that described. Okay, so very cool. So think of your yes or no question. If you need some more time, feel free. You've got a yes to that question, and look at that as just some fun extra confirmation. So group 2, looking good. I'm excited to hear. Come back at the end of the year or throughout the year and let me know how this is all unfolding. That's honestly the best part, and that's what I've been loving, is reading your comments about last year's reading and what has happened. And there's even been comments like, oh, I didn't know what this would mean, or I didn't think this would even resonate, but it does. So definitely let me know. I can't wait to hear what you think. I hope you have a great 2025. I think you are. I think you seem to be making the best of it. And yeah, if you like me or my readings, definitely check out my Patreon or my memberships. Both of those are linked below. You'll receive a weekly reading every single week. And if you haven't already, definitely consider liking and subscribing to my channel, sharing with someone that you think would enjoy this, and we will see you next time. Too, we are here to do your letters. I forgot to do letters for groups 1 and 2. There were so many different components in this reading that somehow I forgot letters, but I do like to include it. So let's get a few letters and see what kind of words and phrases and names come up. Have fun with it. You've got the word to and star. Look for initials, names. Sometimes we see things, sometimes we don't. There could be words in different languages as well. What I do is usually flip them over like this, then I'll rotate this around and see what I can see. That just kind of jumps out at me, and then I'll flip them upright for you. Okay. All right. So we've got star and 2, so let's keep those in mind. So I'm seeing kind of random words. I see wet, I see tent, I see pan. Maybe some of you are starting to cook. I see, let's see. I see burnt pan, like burning a pan. I see nope. Bent. Went. Meant. Okay, so let's flip these upright here and see what we can see when it's this way, and look in the comments. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because this reading already, I think we're approaching, like, after I finished everything, I think it's like an hour, no, 3.5 hours. Tent, like, for example, you could be camping or something, but have fun with it. It's just fun, extra information that might resonate. But yeah, group 2, I hope you enjoyed your reading. We will see you next time. Group 3, if you chose the crystal ball card, then this is your messages for 2025. We are going to dive right in. I'm super excited to see what comes up. This is kind of like the most intimidating reading that I do all year because I like to get tons of information. Because I want to know what are going to be the most significant events, the big months of the year, what big changes might happen. And I will look into love, but what I would like to do is do a full love reading in the same style as this reading. So let's see, we'll pull all of your cards. We also have the angel number of the year, so stay tuned for that. We've got your charms where we're going to go month by month and use the mini cards. We've got the pendulum, so you can think of a yes or no question. Tons of detail. Let's start with your cards. If you want to skip past the shuffling portion, you definitely can. Okay, let's take those. Let's see, we'll start with Oracle. So this is just like a little playing card deck, but I use it as an oracle. So group 3, 2025, group 3. Group 3, 2025. Okay, get you some tea leaf cards. Group 3, 2025. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get one more. 3, 2025. Okay, let's get some tarot. Okay, that one really wanted to come out, so we will take it, but I want to get an additional one too. Group 3, 2025. 2025. Three, 2025. Some of you are getting a new pet in the year. I only say that because my dog wants to lay right beside me today, and I just saw a dog hair fly off that card. So some of you are getting a pet. We're interested in getting a pet. Group 3, year ahead, 2025. Okay, so let me just put the tarot cards together. We'll look at those first. Actually, no, let's look at your oracle cards first. Okay, so oracle cards for your year ahead. You've got miracles. Awesome. Mountain, major challenge to overcome. Interesting because you've got the 2 mountains. Scales, keep your life in balance. You've got shield, you need to defend yourself. Pin, new job or career, and career. Okay, so career is a main theme for you for the year ahead. You've got strength. Recall your dreams. Got the mask, the nest, the end, the ring, and the school. Okay, let's see your tarot cards. Okay, you've got Ace of Swords. It's interesting, the apple. Ace. You've got 3 aces in your year ahead. So this is a year of new beginnings for you, okay? You've got Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. You also have 2 of Swords. So what I would like to do is address the challenging cards first, because every year, you haven't had one year where you haven't encountered one challenge, okay? So challenges aren't a bad thing, right? Every year we overcome different things. So I like to start with those cards first and then focus on kind of the more fun, playful cards that we might have. Overall, it looks really good. Now, one of the first things I noticed is you've got miracles and you've got this mountain card. So I like to kind of make connections with the cards. So I'm seeing the 2 cards that have mountains happen to be these 2 cards. So major challenge to overcome and miracles. So one thing I want to say, I recently did a reading, I think it was for Patreon and memberships, but we had so much in the reading about challenges. Or it might have actually been a month ahead reading that I did. But anyways, the large theme of the month was challenges. But that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. This tells me that you have something that you really want to achieve. When I see that mountain, I think, I want to climb that mountain. You know, figuratively, right? Not literally, but I see what I want to accomplish and I know that I can do it. So I think that you are setting some big goals for yourself in the year ahead. I would imagine that your vision board has some pretty big things on it. So I actually find this quite inspiring. I think that this is going to be, and this could be professionally, all right? It could be professionally, but I think you have a lot that you want to accomplish in the year ahead. And with miracles, we might even read that one. I like to read a few, and even strength. Like I feel like you're going to have what it takes to make this happen. Okay, so you've got a big challenge. You've got this big mountain. You've got your eye on it and you want to climb this mountain. You want to make this happen. Maybe it's, again, something career focused, or maybe it's just a personal goal or an idea or something you want to pursue. So we're going to find out what's going on with that. This could be schooling. Some of you could be deciding to go back to school or taking a course. That could be what it is. But I do think that you are feeling very inspired. Okay, so let's actually read one of these just to kind of get us started here. I'll read miracles. So it's so interesting, yeah, like every reading has had some challenges that I've seen and then some really fun things to look forward to. So that's kind of the fun of doing a reading like this, is we can kind of see what the challenges might be. And oh, interesting. After the storm, the rainbow appears. No matter where we are, and the instant a rainbow splashes across the sky, we usually stop to stand in awe. Some say that rainbows are messages from the Creator. Others say that they are part of the electromagnetic spectrum phenomenon. But no matter The explanation for their existence: rainbows have struck awe in the hearts and souls of many through time. Many traditions believe that rainbows are blessings from the Creator. A double rainbow is double the blessing. So you've got a double rainbow here. So could be saying that in 2025, double the blessings. Let's read the message. So the storms of the past are passing and your dreams are coming true. This really does feel like a challenge focused around career, starting a business, going back to school. Definitely is coming through with the Apple and the Ace of Swords. I think some of you are choosing to go get some more education with something. Some of you are closing some sort of chapter. We'll get to what else this could be, but I really like what I see so far. So no matter what has happened in the past, your future holds abounding miracles. Good fortune, celestial beauty, and inner divinity are expanding within you. Believe that your life is guided. Trust in the goodness of the universe. A celestial bridge to the heavens is opening for you. Start a health program, invest in your career, or initiate a relationship. The career thing is really jumping out strongly here. I think it's going to be a great career year for you if you chose group 3. And good fortune will manifest. Blessings are flowing in all directions. Believe that you deserve the best because you do. Bounty, joy, blessings, and miracles are flowing your way. So again, I am getting that strong feeling like this challenge is like a goal you're setting for yourself, because I'm seeing this person at the bottom of the mountain being like, I'm going to achieve this goal. By the end of 2025, I will be at where I want to be. So that's one thing that I'm seeing for you. Now, I also like how it said, it gave us some examples of different things we're starting, which I'm seeing as a strong theme for you. Group 3, I don't know if you're the only group that got an ace, I think so, but you certainly are the only group that got 3 aces. So if you're familiar with tarot, then you know aces represent new beginnings, fresh starts. So this is a year of fresh new beginnings for you in multiple areas of your life. This could be romantically. We don't have the cups here. It's the only one we're missing. That's not to say nothing is happening romantically. We'll get there. But in these specific categories, especially, so your interests, new ideas, clarity, you could have like sort of an aha moment. I think that this might have to do with schooling because I'm noticing the apple. So with that in mind, something to do with your learning, education, again, ideas or clarity. If there's something that's confusing, it could be that 2025, you're getting your answer to that. You've got Ace of Wands, so your interests, motivation, hobbies, passions. This is all opening up for new beginnings as well. And then finally, financially, okay? So this really, one of the things that's kind of like jumping off of the table here for you that I want to address next is the pin card. So new job, career, and career, Ace of Pentacles. Some of you are choosing to get more education, and this is leading to a new career, all right? Some of you will be required to get education for a new career. So you could get a new job and they might require you to take a certain course or something like that. But this is definitely a theme. You could be getting a job as a teacher. These are general readings. I'm trying to give as many possibilities as possible, but have fun with it. But yeah, you could be getting a job in the education, field of education. But I really think that this is possibly you seeking out some more information. Another thing I'm noticing for you, group 3, is anything that you are currently conflicted with or confused about, you are getting an answer. But I think that it's going to require you to seek out the answer. So if you've been like stuck on anything, if there was like one big thing in 2024 that you just couldn't decide on, if you were conflicted, if you had like 2 things you were kind of going back and forth between, this could be in any category of life, but anything that's been causing that feeling of being conflicted or confused, I think that you are pushing forward and getting that clarity. Editing Liz here, and I don't know how I missed this, but I'm editing and I'm realizing, Liz, you didn't even realize. Look at this, the target and the target. Bullseye. Is that what it's called? But no matter what, it's like you're reaching some sort of target, or you've got a target in mind, which is really helpful too, because this could have to do with like if there's been confusion, by listening to your intuition and like combining your intuition with what you know, you're going to be on target. I just thought that was so cool. Look at that. So there's something about reaching a target in 2025, or having an answer, or having like even a vision for what it is you'd like to achieve. So that is super cool. I just noticed that, so I wanted to include this. In the year ahead, this could also indicate that you've got some choices to make in the year ahead. 2025 for you, it could be like, for example, 2 people want to hire you, 2 really great places want to hire you. So then it could be saying, get the information you need to make the best decision for yourself. So that's one of the main themes that I'm seeing here. Now, I want to know a little bit more about this mask a little bit. So maybe we'll dive into that. I just like to first look at whatever kind of comes, through first, like the strongest messages. You've got ring, so there's an indication of commitment. This could be a wedding that you're attending. You could be proposed to. It's been a bit of a theme today. I don't know if 2025 is like the proposal year. And I filmed groups 1 and 2 a couple days ago, but I do think that there was one group that had something about marriage. So it could just be a big theme. Again, I'd like to do a full love reading, and we will pull some love cards closer to charms. So we just don't have like a lot of cups energy here, but you do have ring. But rings could also represent commitment. It could be that someone's giving you a ring in 2025. It could be that you're fully committing to something. Could have to do with schooling. Maybe there's like something about a ring and school. I mean, a lot of times with these messages, things make sense as the year progresses too. And I've seen it time and time again in the comments where people are like, I had no idea what this was, but it's August and now this makes perfect sense. So that's kind of the fun thing. I'm just kind of giving you the themes of the year, and a lot of this might kind of, the pieces of the puzzle might kind of fall together as the year progresses. Now, ordinarily, I kind of skipped ahead to the career thing. I wanted to deal with the next challenge that I see first, and then we'll talk about the rest of the fun stuff. You've got the mask and shield, which I feel like could be connected. So you're dealing with, or you have been dealing with, maybe this could be a few different things. This could have to do with authenticity, but it could also represent that somebody, there's going to be like a mask removed, so to speak. So you could find out somebody's sort of true colors, or you could kind of see past certain things, maybe you're seeing a situation for what it really is. Masks represent disguises, illusion, something being hidden. So it could be that you see something for what it truly is, but masks can also have to do with authenticity. So I do feel like maybe you are really focusing on being yourself in the year ahead and being true to yourself, being truly authentic, not trying to pretend anymore with something, or not trying to be something that you're not, or something like that. I feel like you are really being yourself in the year ahead, or this could be really important to you. Now I want to kind of look at recall your dreams, because this is coming through in a few different ways. This could simply mean that in the year ahead you are getting into dream journaling, or something like that. It could have to do with literal dreams, but I think it's more than that. I think it's a little bit deeper. I think that recall your dreams has more to do with something that you are like remembering or feeling connected to again, like a certain dream that you had, a certain vision that you had for yourself that maybe you couldn't focus on in previous years because other things sort of had to take your focus, right? So I'm getting something about an old dream sort of resurfacing. So something that you had wanted to do maybe 2 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, maybe as a kid, and it's kind of coming back now. And it's like, okay, you know what? This is something I'd really like to do. This is a goal that I had for myself. So recall your dreams. I'm reading kind of literally because I feel like you're actually remembering something. But again, it could have to do with dream journaling. It could even simply indicate that you're prioritizing your sleep in the year ahead, or trying to get better sleep. That could definitely be something that's happening. You've got end, okay? So some chapters coming to an end. This is like the world card almost. It's making me think of the world card. It's a book, some of you are going back to school, possibly to complete schooling that you didn't get to finish. That could be coming through. But overall, this just means that what is meant to end in 2025 will. You're closing chapters, you're starting new. Remember, we have all this fresh start energy. So you are closing certain chapters, certain things are coming to an end, possibly different relationships, or maybe different old careers. You could be, done schooling. That could be what it is finally, right? Because we go back to that card. Could be done at a certain place of work. Something is coming to an end in the year 2025. And the charms might give us some clues as to what this is, but it's definitely a theme. Let me just kind of get this a little more organized so we can see everything a bit better. It's a lot of cards, so I just kind of want to stay organized. Okay, so the nest could be a few different things. This could represent something you're taking care of, something you're kind of like, you've got 4 eggs in there, so it could be like 4 things you're trying to kind of take care of. It could also have to do with the home, your home. I'm thinking of because it's an egg, because it's eggs and you've got all of these aces, I feel like it's something you're trying to nurture, like a new beginning. Nest, let me see. This is where we can kind of get the dream book, maybe. We'll look at the dream book. But a nest, to me, that's just makes me think of like nurturing. Some of you could be like doing things around the home to make it extra cozy in the year ahead. So interesting. I'm getting so much for you. I feel like this could be like 4 hours long. Another thing I'm seeing, some of you are possibly doing certain things to bring more balance into your life. Okay, so this could be lots of things. This could be work-life balance. This new job that you're getting could provide a bit of a better work balance, or in general, balance could be important to you. This could be finances. You could find that balancing your finances could be important to you in the year ahead, or just in general. I think it's honestly just in general, keeping things in balance so that you don't get burnt out, possibly could be the case. Some of you could be learning, and this may not be formal schooling, I want to add, like this could be taking a course on your own or doing some education, like teaching yourself something or practicing something. So because you have all of this focus on career and school, it could just be that you are trying to kind of juggle a lot at once. So that could also be where balance kind of comes into play. Let's look at, just for fun, let's look at the nest description in this dream book. So nest. So it just happened to open to mask when I was flipping this book, so I do want to look at it. We'll just read one of them. So most people have a facade they put on for others, particularly at a first meeting. To dream of a mask often alerts us to either our own or other people's facade. When we are not being true to ourselves, we can often experience this in dreams as a negative or a frightening mask. All right, so yeah, I mean, in the year ahead, it could be just very important to fully be yourself, or you could find that you are not, maybe like with the shield, maybe this is sort of a feeling of like protection. So maybe you are in a way concealing a little bit more. Maybe you are trying to hide a little bit more in the year ahead. That could definitely resonate for you. But where was I going? Oh yeah, nest. Let's see. I just had to read that because I happened to open to it. So nest. If this even has nest. I have a couple of dream books, but nest, yeah. All right, so the nest symbolizes safety and perhaps home life. We may be emotionally dependent on people around us and afraid of leaving the nest. Oh, some of you could be leaving home, okay? So if you currently live at home, or if there's somewhere that you feel like represents sort of safety for you, there could be kind of a feeling of like venturing off, in a new direction possibly. And then it talks here about how before giving birth, sometimes you'll notice this like nesting instinct to kind of make things really cozy before the baby arrives. But then also it says security with one's own environment. So there could be a feeling of just general security and comfort around the home in 2025. But I do think that maybe for some of you watching, it represents like a feeling of leaving home. Some of you could be going to school or have a child going to school. Okay, so if you've got, if one of your children are in college, going into college, that could be a significant thing happening as well. All right, lots of, going back to your aces though, I really want to focus there because there's lots to look forward to, lots of really exciting new beginnings. I think it's going to be a year full of inspiration and motivation. I think that you're going to come up with lots of really fun new ideas. I do see you possibly developing some sort of new passion or hobby and kind of wanting to soak up whatever you can learn about it and really diving in deep to it. So some sort of new hobby could kind of arise out of nowhere, or interest or collection possibly. I know I've had that a billion times where suddenly I'm like obsessed with one thing. So that could definitely be happening too. But this looks really, really good. I'm trying to see what else is jumping out. We've got the strength card. It says, inner strength is the power within that pushes action into all areas of life. I think that this has to do with the mountain. I think that this is going to be the year where you finally push yourself to climb whatever this mountain represents. So whether it is schooling, whether it is seeking out a new career or applying for a certain job, or, something like that feels like the main possibilities. But you've got like this there's definitely a sense of motivation, but there's a sense of like, I've got this. I know I can do this. I know I can do this. Like, I believe in myself and I believe in miracles. I think you could be facing some fears in the year ahead and kind of like proving to yourself that you've got what it takes. One thing I kind of started talking about, then I got distracted because there's so much coming through. Some of you are also focused on, just like the one card talked about, possibly certain things in regards to like health. So this could literally be strength. Some of you could be trying to build your strength with like training of some kind, or like build muscle or something like that, or strength training, or building your strength through physical movement, or maybe you're hiring a personal trainer. Of course, I'm not a personal trainer, but you know what I mean? Like, you could be interested in that as well. That could definitely be a theme, something you're looking into. Some of you are starting some healthy new habits. It did talk about that in one of the cards. Again, I don't remember. I think it was this one, but that we read. But yeah, I mean, there could be interest in starting some new healthy habits in the year ahead. You could have some certain wellness related goals around, again, strength training, or possibly like with the apple, maybe, for example, like eating more fruits and veggies or something like that could be important to you. But Ace of Pentacles can often have to do with that, certain like physical goals that we have. So that could be a big part of your year too. Definitely a feeling of the home. I'm just noticing like this could be a new home. You've got the house in the background with the nest. So possibly new homes are a possibility here. I think it's going to be a busy year because out of all three groups, yours is like, I feel like I'm having a hard time. You might not notice it, but like, I feel like I'm like being pulled in different directions. So I feel like you two are being pulled in different directions. Like, there's a feeling of different things sort of pulling your attention in the year ahead. So that could be why it's saying to prioritize balance. If you are getting more education or starting a new business or like learning about new things, working on your skills, that kind of thing, it could also be saying like this has the potential to burn you out a little bit. So it could be important to get your rest as well. Like make sure you've got some time for rest in your day. Setting a schedule or something like that. Okay, I want to see if anything else is coming through. Some of you could be making a course or teaching someone else something. You're setting better boundaries in the year ahead. You're more defensive of what it is that's important to you. That's why I wonder too, with this mask might actually be, in a way, like I think we have such sort of like a negative reaction to that sometimes, because it can speak of like deception or, you know, inauthenticity, whereas it could actually be, with the shield, more of like a protective message, that maybe you're not kind of showing your hand of cards to everyone in the year for some reason. But it literally could mean performances. You could be into theater. You know, have fun with it, right? You could be into theater or attending some sort of theater performance. Like, one person watching, for example, could be someone who like makes masks. You know, you could be actually making masks or something. Or Halloween could be an important event in the year, right? You could get a job offer around Halloween. That's the fun thing about these readings. Some of you are getting into writing, or you're finishing that book that you've been meaning to finish or start. Some of you could be inspired. You could be inspired to write a book. Possibly read more as well. Reading in general seems to be coming up, or absorbing information, new information, learning, education. You may not know what it is too. Like, it could be something this year where you're like, you know what? I really want to learn how to act. I want to take some acting classes, or I really want to learn how to, you know, I want to take a business course, you know, I want to learn how to sew or something like that. I want to learn what defend yourself. I want to learn physical, what do you call that? Self-defense or something like that, you know, with strength. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, I just got, again, your employer could be asking you to learn something else, or like sending you for courses or something like that, or you could choose to do that if you are in business. There's something you're learning that's expanding your career and opening up new possibilities for you. you're so inspired in the year ahead, like inspired. Some of you are inspired again to write a book, or like something it feels very much like something you had wanted to do before, but couldn't get to for whatever reason. And now this is the year. You're like, yes, this is the year I'm making this happen. I'm writing this book. I'm taking this course. I'm starting this business. Like, this is the year that I want to do this. This ring could, again, represent more so just commitment to something, commitment to yourself, or commitment to a goal, commitment to finishing something, commitment to learning something. There could be someone watching who is getting married, and because of that, there's like a strong emphasis on the home or a house here. I'm really wondering if someone watching does have a child going to college, kind of leaving the nest, so to speak, with the nest card. So much info. I hope that it was easy to digest. I know I get a lot when I do it this way, so I hope it was easy to digest. Of course, take the messages that resonate and make sense for you. Let's quickly pull a love message before we pull the charms. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. We had one pop out. Abundance. Okay, so I like how that popped out. Let me just maybe get one or two more. These are all flipping upside down. Okay, abundance. So keep a positive mindset when it comes to love or anything really. Manifest exactly what you want, gratitude and bliss. So, even pulling a love card, and stay tuned for the future love reading. I notice sometimes in the comments, it's like, well, why didn't I get any love messages? It's not that something's not happening with love. In fact, I do see with the, Ace of Wands, for instance, could be like intense attraction to someone, but you have so much about career and new jobs and personal goals and personal things that you want to achieve and personal goals that you have. It seems to be more so at the forefront. And again, we have abundance. So you could find maybe it's just that you want to be in a certain place in your career before you're focused on a relationship. Or maybe it's that, honestly, you're getting together with someone who makes a lot of money. That could be literally what it is, right? So it's not, again, that the love isn't happening. It's just that for your year ahead message, the main themes seem to be around personal goals, career, new jobs, education, things like that. Wedding rings. Okay. Well, that explains the ring card. So yeah, the weddings, proposals are in the cards for you in the year ahead. Union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. It could be that a career leads to meeting someone, that could be the case. It could be that you already know that you're getting married and the wedding is happening, of course, in 2025. That's likely not a surprise if that's the case, but we'll find out more with the charms. But wedding rings, commitment, because you have the ring and the wedding rings card. Okay, group 3. All right, and we'll get a couple tarot cards. We already got your main tarot cards. These were your main tarot cards for the year. This could just talk about different noteworthy things in each of the months, but aren't necessarily affecting your whole year in a huge significant way. Okay, you do have a double card though. You've got in June and May, you've got that Two of Swords. Oh, 2 double cards, an Ace of Pentacles. So that is a clue as to when these cards are sort of where you're going to feel that energy the most is May and June. So that's cool. But let's start in January to keep me focused here. Okay, so 8 of Swords starting off the year, and you also have Ace of Cups. So you have officially all of the Ace cards for 2025. Congratulations. That's super cool. I don't know that that's ever happened in any reading, let alone a year ahead. So this is a big year of beginnings for you, new beginnings. All right, so 8 of Swords in January. So it's almost like at the beginning of the year, you're feeling kind of restricted, or your thoughts are sort of keeping you feeling trapped. This can come about when we're overthinking or past beliefs, limited beliefs. So I think with that Mountain card, the Strength card, you're sort of breaking through this early on in the year, okay? You've also got the sign of Cancer here, but it kind of landed between January and July. So take it how it fits for you, but this could be an important person in either of these months. And it could have to do with this Ace of Cups. So it could be that a new relationship is starting in January. Because this came out in the charms, it seems like that Ace of Cups is more so focused in January. So it could mean that you technically meet this person that you're marrying in January. You can have your wedding in January, or it could just be an emotionally fulfilling month, or a month where you are very in tune with your feelings, your emotions, your intuition, that kind of thing. Or there could be a new relationship blossoming. But Eight of Swords being in January, I feel like you're kind of starting the year with the challenge of like yourself, you against yourself, right? Your ideas. So it seems to be like a strong theme right away. But then moving into February, you've got, oh, this is interesting. So you've got a strong theme of, some of you are building a house or building something. So much house energy. But yeah, there's a strong like Pentacles energy in February. So this could be when the career card comes into play, or the education card. You've got the Hammer, so this can have to do with persistence or focus. It could be that you're very focused on your finances, for example, or something with the B, you're very busy, you're very focused in February. You know, could be the theme of the month. So something you are very persistently working on or focused in on, or getting very serious about in February. In March, they're asking you to pay attention. You've got the heads up card in March, so pay attention. You've got the computer, so pay attention to your computer maybe, or something technical. You could be taking some technical courses or some courses online, or you could be doing something on your computer. You could be getting a new computer in March. So many possibilities. So again, have fun with it. I couldn't possibly list them all. You also have the Cup here too, so it's kind of like February, March, Cups energy, similar to the Ace of Cups as well. But yeah, emotions seem in the early part of the year, like, you know, again, new relationships, a relationship kind of blossoming, feeling very optimistic about a relationship literally taking off with the plane here. See, I knew, like, again, because the card's really heavily focused on careers and personal goals and education, it's not that we're leaving out love. It's just, I can't possibly, you know, I have to list what the cards are kind of like bringing up as the forefront of the reading. And here we can clearly see love is not like omitted from your year. We're getting a lot of love messages. And it seems, again, if it's not commitment, like full-blown wedding rings, like this card suggested, it could just be you're meeting someone who has the potential, you know, to be the person you end up marrying. But we have the Cup there in March. So again, emotions, feelings, and a feeling of like something taking off or feeling optimistic about the direction of something. And something's got your attention. Heads up, you're paying attention to something in March, or they're telling you to pay attention to something in March. It could also be just telling you to stay optimistic in March in regards to something. In April, flexibility is coming up for some reason. So you could just find that this is a good month to be as flexible as possible and adaptable as possible. You've got at, so I'm not sure what that'll be about, but you've got at. We've got to do letters too still. May, this is where the fun thing kind of happens. You could be getting new glasses in May. This could be a reminder that your prescription is due to renew in May, you know, for your contacts or your glasses, or you could be due to go get your eyes checked. But this could also represent that you're taking a close look at something, especially being that we have your Two of Swords in this area as well. You could be taking a closer look at something, looking for an answer, gaining clarity, okay, with your Ace of Swords. This could be a feeling of clarity. So if this, whatever this represents, something you're confused about, you could be gaining clarity in May or June. You also have the Unicorn. So in May, there's a feeling of imagination, tapping into your imagination. Miracles makes me think of the Miracles card. It could have to do with uniqueness in May, okay? Or it could have personal significance to you in regards to a person or situation. The lemon, I think, may have rolled around the tray, but that's okay. Lemons represent fresh starts. Again, cleaning in June. You could be doing a really big clean of your, you know, your space. It could also represent when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. So it's almost like you're turning something that caused a bit of conflict into something else. Like, oh, there's two here. I didn't realize that. Knight of Pentacles with Ace of Pentacles. Interesting. It was in reverse. I really think that with the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, this has to do with all this career energy. So I think a lot of this is happening, like this new job offer or something like that happening in the month of June. The Knight of Pentacles, whether it is in reverse or not, if it's in reverse, I'll just tell you the reversal meaning because I did flip it out in reverse, although these cards I'm not really taking in reverse. But anyways, it could represent feeling like stalled. Okay, so there could be feeling stalled or feeling like something's not moving quite fast enough. But in general, this is a card of slow and steady wins the race, progress regardless of the speed, and also having everything that you need. Like, I feel like this clarity that's coming in is making you feel like very equipped for some sort of challenge or something that you're working on. Okay, in July, you have the boxing gloves. So there's something, and this could be you're taking boxing classes with the strength card, right? That could be what it is. But it could also represent just fighting for something, or it could represent something you're finding conflict with, okay? That's really all we have in July, other than the sign of Cancer landing right there. You could be dealing with someone who is sort of like a little bit cocky, a little bit boastful in July going into August. You have Seven of Pentacles. I think that the challenging months as far as like you against yourself might be January and then August, July into August. So you've got Seven of Pentacles. So you're seeing progress with something, but there's a feeling slight like of frustration or again, reminding you to be patient. So August might test your patience in a certain way, but you are seeing progress. It might be that August you're just kind of taking a bit of a pause to kind of look at things, a little bit of like a personal audit card or an analysis, and thinking some things over and maybe making some changes about midway through the year, July, August, around that time. Could be making some adjustments. In September, two cards again, Ace of Wands, you have that card twice, that means, as well as Page of Cups. So there's definitely some attraction. You've got the cauldron there, but there's some intense attraction happening in September, or again, possible creative new beginnings. But either way, you're excited about it, whether it's romantic or creative or to do with your career. Ace of Wands, you're feeling inspired. You're feeling like taking action. And Page of Cups, you're feeling, again, very inspired, in tune with your emotions, creative, tapped into that side of yourself, possibly romantic, loving. You've got the cauldron. So it's almost like something that's making you frustrated in August. You're having a bit of a breakthrough in September. So that's kind of a relief. You've let, like, something I'm getting has kind of come together. You're feeling quite fierce in September as well. Very passionate. You've got the fire-breathing dragon. You've got the Ace of Wands. So you're feeling quite passionate midway through the year here. In October, you have the binoculars. You're taking a close look at something in October, or you could be going bird watching or sightseeing in October. It might make more sense after. I think you're taking a closer look at like the inner workings of something, or something happening kind of behind the scenes that could have to do with the Mask card possibly, but you're taking a closer look or getting a closer view of something. You could also be getting like a view of something before it happens in October. You've got the little mermaid here. This can have to do with intuition, being in tune with your emotions. In October, it could just be a generally emotional month. You could be going as a mermaid for Halloween in October. Might make more sense after. November, we have this strength card. You also had the strength witchling card. So strength is definitely a theme. Of course, inner strength. You've got the Ace of Swords, essentially. Again, ideas, possibly clarity. There's definitely a feeling of like, I knew I could do it. You know, with the challenge card, I knew I could do this. I knew I could overcome this. Like inner strength. Someone could be... someone could be like sharing something with you that's very vulnerable for them. It's going to require your patience, or like someone might find you very healing, or they're coming to you for support in November. Yeah, I'm really feeling that. More emotional exploration here with the diving mask, the mermaid, lots about like under the sea or under the ocean. But this could just represent exploring something that you feel is exciting or worth exploring. More on an emotional end of things. You've got a gift coming in November, or you're giving a gift. You've got the star, so more inspiration and inspiring idea possibly. But I do see someone's communicating with you, or someone could have gotten like, I don't even think literally injured, but someone's like in a vulnerable place and they're coming to you for support or help. And it might be someone you don't expect. in November. And finally, in December, you might have a fun ticket to something. There could be a fun concert or a show coming up with a ticket to happiness. This could also represent that something's making you feel very happy and fulfilled. And you have the fish, but it's like one of those trophy fish looking things. So again, that might resonate for you. Is it a salmon? Salmon can represent like returning to a certain place or swimming upstream. Salmon swim upstream to lay their eggs. That could be relevant to you. But also going with the flow. In December, you could find so much like fish, undersea mask, the mermaid. So in this last half of the year, there's lots about like under the sea or under the ocean. But yeah, fishing could be relevant to you. But fish generally like going with the flow. They can also represent like a long journey or a journey in general. Oh my gosh, this reading is so long. Okay, we have to get your letters and your pendulum and we need your angel number. We have so much to get still. Okay, let me get my computer ready here. All right, so I still have this ready. Low battery. Your Mac will sleep soon unless plugged into a power outlet. Okay, so let's get your number of the year, 462. Let's see what that says, group 3, 462. Reality. Consider others' perspectives. You are being asked to look around and have a fundamental check-in with reality. Look around at how you are being treated, who has been acting distant, and where you aren't being welcomed anymore. Make sure that how you view yourself is in line with how others view you. That's interesting with the mask, that last part. Make sure that how you view yourself is in line with how others view you. That might be relevant to you. Also, I think that you are taking a close look at like where you can be yourself and who you can be yourself with in the year ahead. So I think that's a really major theme. But yeah, 462, you might want to look into that number a little bit further and get some more messages. But yeah, a bit of a, what's cool though is with all of this ace and like even your Ace of Swords, very much like a fresh start feeling with your year that I'm noticing. Okay, let's get some letters, which I'm realizing I don't even know that I did with the other group, so I might have to go back and add that. Then we have to do your pendulum. It's because this reading includes so much, and I think I sometimes try to keep it like under an hour per group, but I don't know if that's even possible, honestly, because we look into so much. And that's why I want to do the in-depth love reading separately. Otherwise, this would be 3 hours per group, and I don't even know that I'd have the space for it. Okay. Song, music could be important to you in the year ahead. You've got gentle. So I'm going to look at this just how it is and see what comes through, see what jumps out at me. Okay. I'm seeing the word solitude, so there could be something you're doing independently or you're craving your solitude. Some of you are choosing to go vegetarian in the year ahead. I just got something about dried fruits. I don't know, it's so specific, but let me know what you see. Just look at what jumps out at you, what you notice. I see the word yes. Test. With all that school message. I've also got the words gentle and song there in case I didn't mention it. So let me flip these upright and see what you can see. That's a lot of letters. I usually actually don't grab that many, but maybe they came out for a reason. So as always, have fun with it. Decorate. Some of you are redecorating. Okay, let me know what you see. And we'll do the pendulum in just one moment. sew. It's so funny, I mentioned sewing earlier. New, lots of new. Definitely one of your keys for the year. Did I say earlier, I was feeling like someone's getting a new dog or a new pet, and I feel like, I don't know if I said it, because I saw a piece of fur when I was shuffling. So I don't know if I said it, but some of you could be getting a new dog. Yeah, let me know what you see. So we'll get your pendulum ready. I don't know that I did letters for the other groups. I might have to go back and add that. Okay, group 3. Think of your yes or no question for the year ahead. Got a no way. Now have fun with it, right? Just some fun extra confirmation, or maybe it does confirm something for you, or maybe it was meant for someone else. But yes, let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this reading, definitely don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. All of that does help my channel. If you enjoy me or my readings, or if you're new here, you can also check out my Patreon and memberships, both linked below. I post a reading every single week. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Definitely come back throughout the year and let me know how these things are unfolding, what is happening, what isn't happening. I'd love to hear it, and we'll see you. Chose the Tower card, then this is your in-depth look at 2025. So did I say group 3, by the way? Group 4. We're looking at group 4. I usually don't do 4 groups, so that's possibly why, if I made that error. But we're looking at group 4, and we're looking at the full year ahead. Now, this is like the biggest reading that I do every year, and it's kind of the most intimidating because I like to get as much information as possible. And this is a long one. We're going in depth into the year. We're looking at mainly the major themes and significant events and changes that are going to be happening throughout the year. And I am pulling some love messages closer to when we get to the charm portion of the reading, but I will hopefully be doing a big in-depth love-focused reading, kind of similar to this one, but we will get a few love messages. And then of course the cards that I'm getting here could talk about love. And then we have a month-by-month look with your charms. We've got mini tarot cards. We've got the pendulum. We have angel numbers, letters. So lots of detail, lots of info to get. Okay, let's just flip these over. We'll get to those in a second. Group 4. Group 4. Shuffle out all of your cards first. This doesn't take me too long, but if you want to skip past this, you can. Group 4, 2025. And my stomach's growling and being kind of loud, so ignore that if you can hear it. Group 4, 2025. Group 4, 2025. Get some tarot cards. Big deep breaths help me sometimes. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have. We've got lots of tea leaf cards. We'll start with these little fun playing cards first. All right, so you've got the moon, you've got the ball, you've got love and robot. Okay, you've got great passion, advice from a friend. You've got the fox with shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. You've got great good fortune. That's a really nice card to see in a year ahead reading. Ooh, something important such as a new job or a raise in the year ahead. And you're dealing with someone in your life who's undependable and insincere. We'll find out more about that. Okay, for your main cards of the year, you've got the Empress card. You've got the 9 of Wands and the Page of Cups. Pretty good. I think you're the second group to get the 9 of Wands as a card of the year. So you've got get up, get moving, motivation, and voyage. Okay, fun. So what's really interesting is I didn't actually dive too much into this deck for the, to include them in the readings. And oftentimes I do that, sometimes I don't, but I love this. And you've got the Tower card. So immediately when I saw this isn't like Tower and Tarot, but I wonder if with Voyage, I feel like you could be traveling to some new cities or exploring new places, sightseeing, that kind of thing. I do see that as part of your year ahead. But let me just take a quick look at this and see what comes through. Okay, group 4. So I might have to take a few breaks to like catch my breath, because I find I'm like kind of out of breath for some reason. I was running up and down the stairs doing laundry, but I feel like maybe there's a message there, like a need to kind of catch your breath could be important too. But yeah, so if I have to pause and catch my breath, also my throat keeps making like these gurgly sounds because I just ate, so I might pause. But anyways, this has been good because like I paused for a second and just observed the cards to see what kind of came through, and I got a few interesting things to start off. Now, one of the first things that kind of jumped out at me is I think if you chose group 4, there's a good chance, and this doesn't have to be the case for you, but just let me say it really quickly. There's a good chance that if you chose group 4, you could be involved in some sort of content creation or some sort of online work. And I say that for a few different reasons. First thing I notice is just all of the creative energy that I'm seeing. Of course, you've got the Empress card here. You have the Page of Cups with all of the paint. And then I noticed the robot, and I noticed this social media page, 9 of Wands. And it says promotions, email, edit profile. They're like 1 follower away from 1,000 followers. So I do wonder, group 4, if you chose this group, if you do have some sort of online presence, social media presence, or if this is something you would like to do. So it is never too late to try something. Like if you have any desire to get into social media or YouTube or make a TikTok account or an Instagram page, 2025, if I said 2024, by the way, just ignore me. I do that every year. But yeah, this could be the year to really start exploring it and getting into online creation in some way. Like if you have something you want to share or something you're good at or a community you'd like to get involved in online, this I think could be the year where you try it out. You know, and I think with Tulip, Great Passion, I think there is something that you are very passionate about, and this involves creation, something that you can make, something that you craft, something that you're really good at. So I see 2025 for you as an exceptionally creative year. I think this is a year where you really are exploring that side of yourself. I'm seeing you like not worried about making mistakes and like kind of getting messy and trying new things. So if anything's been like holding you back from trying out creation, whether it be content creation or just creativity in general, I think that this is the year where you're going to finally really dive into it and have a lot of fun. I think you're going to explore different hobbies and interests and different things that you like in that kind of category, creative, like something creative. And I really think that this is going to be something that you really love doing and have a lot of fun with. And for some of you, this could actually lead to a career, okay? So something important such as a new job or a career, or it says raise, sorry, new job or a raise. So not everyone, it doesn't mean you have to monetize every hobby that you have, of course not, but you know, there is money to be made in social media and creator fund, for example, on TikTok. In Canada, we don't have access to that, but you know, stuff like that, YouTube maybe, or even like more so using social media to help promote something else that you do. Like, so if you are into crafting or any kind of creation, I do see 2025 as the year you're really starting to harness the power of the internet, okay? Social media. On that topic, some of you could be exploring different kinds of technology. Some of you could be interested in learning more about AI or getting into some sort of field that involves AI or computers in that way. Technology really is what the robot makes me think of. But yeah, AI could be important to you. You could be exploring it more in the new year or learning more about it in 2025. So that could actually be really fun. This could also talk about something being more efficient in the year ahead. So you could start using technology to help you be more efficient. This could be like online scheduling or something like that. Now I have to say, group 4, for every other group, I started with the most challenging cards. You don't really have that many challenging cards. Like, you do have the 9 of Wands, but other than that, it's all looking pretty good. I mean, you've got this one. So in 2025, you're dealing with someone who is undependable and insincere. So let's focus on that first, see what that's about, and then we will proceed because you've got a lot to look forward here. But it sounds like you're having trouble counting on someone in the year ahead, or like you make plans with them and you find they're always canceling. So what was really interesting is while I was shuffling, I got something about doing something yourself or being like, okay, fine, I'm going to do it myself. So if there's been someone you've been kind of like counting on in order to start something yourself, like, okay, I'll start when they start, or when they help me, I'll start. You need to do it yourself because you're dealing with someone who's canceling plans. You're dealing with someone who you can't really count on. It's not that this person's trying to be this way. It's just simply that maybe the two of you are valuing different things. You can't seem to count on this person. And when they say they're going to be somewhere, you know, they're not. Or if they say they're going to do something, you know, you can't count on them. So I think just recognizing it or acknowledging it for what it is could be really helpful. And it's not even about changing them. It's just maybe that's something you can't count on this person for, right? So, you know, take that how it fits, but you could realize that maybe you've been counting on someone that really may not have the same priorities, or the two of you might not be on the same page, okay? In other ways, this could actually have to do more so with like, you know, a loved one. There could be a big conversation happening in the new year where you feel like, okay, I feel like, you know, I feel like I can't count on you. So there could be a big discussion, but this seems to be at the forefront in some way. And it feels like someone's kind of being flaky in their plans or something like that. Like they cancel last minute. So what I'm getting as the main point of that is if you're counting on someone to get you motivated, you may have to motivate yourself. All right. So it says motivation kindles the passion, which is interesting. I always like to connect cards. Even the colors in this card kind of connect, but motivation kindles the passion and energy needed in working towards your goals. So this is a year of motivation for you. And I love that with the 9 of Wands because I think that for a lot of you watching, you are very close to achieving some sort of goal. Or in general, it could also be saying that like between motivation and persistence, you will achieve a certain goal in the year ahead. So 9 of Wands, of course, is about persistence, but it can oftentimes come up when we're very close to achieving something. We just have that last push. So I really see you being very persistent in the year ahead and also very resourceful. I feel like this is like a year where you are going to use what you have available to make certain things happen. There's like a feeling of proving, and I've been getting this energy a lot lately, but like proving someone wrong or proving yourself wrong. But I think this is actually a good combination because this alone oftentimes doesn't last. It's this that's going to carry you through because you've got motivation, plus you've got the perseverance and the dedication and the like persistence that comes with the 9 of Wands to really make something happen. A few of you watching, if you do have a social media goal, I think that 2025 could be the year to reach it. So whether it's a subscriber goal or if you're trying to get monetized, say on YouTube, you need a certain number of hours watched or views or subscribers, you could reach that goal, maybe a TikTok goal or something, or just a creation goal in general. I think you could definitely meet it. The other thing I'm noticing is there's a feeling of not waiting for the motivation to get started, but getting up and then like starting the motivation yourself. That's the thing about motivation is sometimes it just happens, right? And that's very lucky. But sometimes with this card, get up, get moving, sometimes we have to start something and then the motivation follows, which is kind of frustrating because obviously we would prefer to be motivated and then get started. But for you in 2025, I actually think this card is talking about get up, get something started. Now, this could come up in different ways. Like if you really want to clean and you're thinking, oh, I don't have the motivation to do this, get up and just start. Just commit to like, okay, I'm going to tidy up this room for 10 minutes and then start there. And then I think that's where you're going to see motivation building. But I think for you, the year, a large part of this year is going to come from getting something started and then the motivation will follow. Okay. So I think that's going to be a good clue for you as to like how to make certain things happen. For you, group 4, I actually have a specific video I would recommend. I think it was the last one I posted, but it's all about your secret talents or secret opportunities being unlocked in the year ahead. I didn't mention this video to any other group, but I think it might be worthwhile for you watching because I do think you've got some big goals ahead of you. And I think that you're going to be unlocking different talents and different opportunities along the way. So that's one of the things I wanted to mention. Travel is another theme I'm seeing for you. I don't even think I got that for another group yet. So I think this is the travel group. So I do see some traveling. The charms might give us some clues as to like what months this is happening, but I do see traveling or just setting sail on some sort of new adventure. I feel like specifically this is places or ideas you haven't explored yet, okay? So this is like new things. It was so funny because I think group 3 had something about revisiting old goals. For you, this seems like completely new. I'm getting like uncharted territory, completely new places, cities you've never been to, trying new foods, different new creative things that you haven't tried that are really new and exciting to you, all of that, okay? So this is a major theme of your year. So if you don't know if you're traveling this year, I would guess that you're going to be in for a surprise. It doesn't have to be like big travel or long travel or even necessarily very far, but you do seem to be doing some travel or at least like setting sail on some new adventures. And it seems like slightly emotional in nature because there's the water there, of course. I've got to plug this in. Okay, there we go. Oh goodness, let me just... There we go. Okay, sorry, I had to plug that in. But yeah, I mean, there is sort of like an emotional element to this travel in some way. This could be romantic travel. We'll get to that. I'm going to pull some love messages, but there could be some romantic travel in store for you. But in general, there's a feeling of like setting sail on a new adventure. This could also mark like new chapters of life. So it could be that something is changing in 2025. It's like a completely new thing. So like I'm talking new jobs, possibly. This could be, if this applies to you, maybe starting a family could be relevant. But yeah, it's definitely like starting or trying something or going in a direction where you have never been before. Okay, I want to talk about this 4-leaf clover card. You've got great good fortune. This is pretty straightforward. This just means that 2025 for you, you could have some really good luck. There could be some good fortune. Who knows? I mean, for one person watching, you could win something. I don't know. Of course, these are general readings, so that won't apply for everyone, but good fortune. This just tells me that you've got a general feeling of luck on your side in the year ahead. And also you might actually want to carry some sort of lucky charm in the year ahead. But overall, it's just like a feeling of luck in the year ahead. You've got something important such as a new job or a raise. So this could be a year where you get a new job, all right? Or you're getting a raise. You're getting some sort of promotion. I think this seems to connect with a good fortune card. This feels directly connected to, like there's definitely a feeling of abundance for your year, but it feels connected to like some sort of creative skill or something you're passionate about, something you're really good at. So it feels like this is helping you. It's giving you some sort of like boost or advantage in your field or in your career. So that's really cool. I'm just wanting to get everything first. You've got shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. So with the fox, there's something in the year ahead where you may be thinking on your feet or sort of being strategic when it comes to business. This could connect to the social media thing that I was talking about. So there could be something, and I was getting resourcefulness actually with the 9 of Wands. I do think that this is a year of being resourceful, using what you have, being very clever with what you have too. I think you are thinking in new ways in general and doing things a little bit differently than you have before. I think that's a good way to kind of summarize the feeling that I have for you. This is like completely new. I'm getting like blank slate, trying new things in different ways, exploring new ways of doing things. This is all about like new, fresh ideas and exploring new things. You've got ball. I'm getting there's someone it's necessary to play ball with, or it's necessary to play ball in general in the year. I think that for someone, it's like, it has to do with the promotion. So it's like, okay, I'm going to play ball. I'm going to do what I have to do now in order to get this job or to get this promotion or something like that. I keep saying promotion and it's raise. So it must be a promotion because I keep saying that. So some of you are possibly up for a promotion or, I just saw the word almost there. Like you're almost there to get a promotion or something. So 2025 could be the year, but I'm just getting with the ball. It's necessary to play ball or play fair. But yeah, play ball. And now the fun thing, and I've mentioned this to the other groups too, the fun thing about these readings is something could have personal significance to you. So the ball could literally be that you're joining softball or baseball in the year ahead. You might not even have plans to do that, but something could come up. You could meet someone, for example, with love and the ball. You could meet someone at a ball game or meet someone that really loves going to ball games. This could be part of the travel. You could go to a city and go find yourself at a baseball game or something like that. You could date a baseball player. Like there's so many different possibilities. So have fun with it. And a lot of these things might make a little bit more sense as the year progresses. So keep that in mind as well. But in general, yeah, there's like a feeling of persistence and kind of doing what you have to do, following a certain possible steps of, following possibly a certain set of steps or a strategy to make something happen, right? You've got like this goal and you seem to know what to do to make it happen. So you're playing ball, you're doing what you have to do, you're playing fair, you're being resourceful and being rather clever. If you have any like business ideas or creative ideas, I would say maybe I'm just getting to like, not be secretive, but it is saying be clever about that, okay? Or be like strategic about that. So maybe keep any creative ideas to yourself, possibly. Seeing what else is coming up for that. I'm getting to like explore even the ideas that you think are bad, meaning sometimes perfectionism or like thinking an idea is stupid keeps us from doing something. So I saw this video once about like even upload the videos that you think are bad. They're actually good, like for a YouTuber, for example. So, and I try to push myself to do this. I tend to kind of like be really critical of some of the content that I create. And if my mood's a little off that day, or if I feel like I wasn't as confident, I've actually scrapped videos and not posted it. And there's so many videos I wish I had just posted, right? So even if you think an idea is stupid or you're not fully like confident with it, just give it a try. It's trial and error. Okay, so if that applies to you, that could apply to anything though. I'm getting to like throw out some of the ideas that you think maybe aren't the best and kind of see what sticks. You also have advice from a friend. So that means in 2025, you're going to receive some advice from a friend. It's totally up to you as to whether you take this advice. This advice could have to do with technology. This advice could have to do with creation. It could have to do with something that's motivating you. It could be travel advice. It could be advice from this person who you find insincere, and you'll have to handle it that way. I do feel like this is likely helpful advice or advice that is giving you a push. It's giving you like this boost of motivation. So some friend is giving you advice. This could be you and them exchanging pieces of advice or guidance, certainly, but someone's giving you advice in the year ahead. And for it to be mentioned here, I would be willing to bet it's good advice. So maybe consider what someone has to say, be open to it possibly, because someone could have something really helpful to share. I feel like this advice is going to be online or by email, okay, is what I feel like. All right, so I can't ignore it. I'm out of breath in your group, okay? I'm out of breath. I've paused a couple times, or I will be editing it. And I think I might have mentioned it, but I'm out of breath. And I'm going to take it as a connection to this get up, get moving. There's something about getting your blood pumping. Now, I'm not a personal trainer. I'm not a doctor. I can't advise you to do any kind of exercise because this is a general reading. Everyone's watching it. Everyone has different like limitations and comfort levels and all of that. So keep that in mind. But whatever you are capable of doing or comfortable doing, you could be starting in 2025. So exercise could be a really important thing. For me, I love hiking. I love walking. Walking is my absolute favorite thing. That could be simply what it is, going for a walk. I really thought I would get into Pilates a little bit more. I really like the reformer machine. So this is actually something that I really want to focus on in 2025. So for you too, moving, strength training, exercising could be really important to you. Okay, keeping the disclaimer in mind, I'm not advising you to do that, okay? But that could be something that you're getting into. Even if it's like stretching or like swimming, like low impact, certain things could really be helpful. So I did swimming, like aquabics, and I really, really loved it because I found it was like, it just kind of felt fun. It was like, I did it with some friends and it felt like you were swimming with friends. It was a fun time. So I do feel like if this applies to you, this could be the year where you really get into like movement of some kind, yoga, whatever it is for you. I took like a pole class one time that was really fun. That was like super fun to do. I've tried all different kinds of classes, so it's fun to do that, and that's actually helpful for me because I like the guidance that comes with classes. So maybe for you that's something that you're getting into. But yeah, get up, get moving. This could be a theme. This again also applies to what I was saying earlier. I think getting up and just getting something started, then the motivation will follow. So if you're waiting for the motivation for something, I think for you, if you chose group 4, the motivation is going to come after. But I will say, just being that I'm out of breath, and I was going up and down the stairs, but I'm still kind of out of breath. So there's definitely a theme of like movement, even if it's a nice walk, even if it's walking with a friend or walking with your partner after dinner or something like that. Just getting up, getting movement in your day might be really helpful to you. Maybe for you, it's playing some sort of game or sport. This could be relevant. Like my friend, she joined an adult soccer league. It's like an indoor soccer thing, so she loves that. She like looks forward to it. And she actually joined dance as well, and she does yoga classes. So she's super motivating for me too. You could meet someone who gives you advice about this. Like this could be a personal trainer, friend, or something like that. Or these three things could be connected. Like advice from a friend could help you get motivated to get something going, to get up and get moving with something. So I think this could encompass lots of different things like literal movement, but also just get up, get started. This is the year, and I think I already said it, but it's coming through strongly again, to not ignore this passion or this thing that you want to do, your interests, your hobbies. Like this is the year to just start. You're going to want to be a perfectionist at this. You're going to want to be good right away. You might not be though. Give this some time. This is the year to dive in. Dive into your creativity, dive into your passions, dive into what you love. I'm telling you, it will lead to other things is what I'm getting. It'll lead to other things. And at the very least, it'll just make you happy because you're doing something that you love. So I think this is really important. I'm seeing this as a year where I'm like noticing this nighttime scene and the moon, a couple of things from the moon, but all this nighttime scenes, I think that nighttime might be relevant to you. I was getting in a recent reading that nighttime is like when the group kind of came alive. So for you, nighttime might be a time where you feel super motivated and productive. So I go through phases where I'm up really late for a long time. Like there was a time where I was up till like 3 a.m. and that's when I would like create and make videos and come up with my ideas and make notes. And that's when inspiration came. Other times I'm in bed by like 9:30. So I feel like 2025 for you is really going to be a year where the night is really relevant. Also intuition, the moon can have to do with our intuition. You could be in a career that involves intuition, or your intuition, you could be, very tuned into your intuition in general or exploring your intuition. You could be getting into moonology and learning about the moon possibly, but the moon does seem relevant to you in the phases of the moon. Okay, so that could be important, but it seems like nighttime related. Motherhood in general could be a theme, okay? Because the moon has that energy. You've got the Empress card. So whether that is that you are a mother to some pets, planning on starting a family, or you're kind of giving birth to ideas, could be relevant, or you could have like a very close relationship with someone who has that mothering energy to you, nurturing energy, but it is a theme of your year, so keep that in mind. This could also be you doing things that are nurturing to yourself. There is a feeling of like embracing your inner child or different things that you maybe had wanted to do when you were little and kind of giving yourself permission to do that now, so that might be a bit of a theme as well. The other thing I'm noticing is self-love, okay? So self-love, I see you doing different things that make you feel really good. So doing your hair, trying on different outfits. Some of you might be involved in like the beauty industry or any industry like that has to do with like self-care possibly. In 2025, maybe you're starting something or you're committing to something that you're going to carry through just as an act of self-care. So whether that's going to get your nails done or going to get a massage, or maybe it has more to do with this movement card, I think that this is a year of self-care for you, and you seem very focused on taking good care of yourself, whatever that means for you. Again, that's kind of personal. So yeah, self-love seems really important. And then let's dive into love, okay? Because you have the tulip, great passion, love. Page of Cups could represent a new relationship. So let's find out more about that with this love deck. And again, I really do want to get into a full in-depth love reading. If you've been hesitant to like start dating, this could be a message that this is the year where you're going to, give it a try and start dating again. If you've been single, definitely could be a romantic vacation in store for you as well. This advice from a friend could have to do with dating. Okay, group 4. I'm seeing somebody though, like with the hearts and then the bloodstone, someone that gets your like blood pumping, as that, the expression, like they're with great passion, like they make your heart beat, that kind of message. Okay, group 4. I keep almost saying group 3 because I usually do 3 groups. Do you hear the ship horn? Did you hear the ship horn? I almost said travel, voyage by sea, because I was like setting off into sea. Some of you could be taking a cruise, or the ship could just be like echoing the theme of setting sail on a new adventure. I will say, group 4, your group has the most carefree, sort of light, airy energy. Not that the other groups didn't have some fun things happening, but yours seems the most, I would say it's soft. This group is very soft. It's very loving. It's a little bit more carefree. It's light. It's a little less intense. Like groups 1 and 2, as I recall, were pretty intense. So this feels like a little bit of like a less pressure-filled year in a certain way. Like you're doing things that you really want to do and you're motivated to do it. Of course, you're pushing yourself to get started, but overall, you seem to be having a lot of fun and enjoying what you're doing. Okay, anything else we need to know about love? The dragonfly. So be lighthearted. Okay, that's bizarre. Be lighthearted, finding out things. Okay, things coming to light, adapt, change, heal. Okay, so that mentions a couple things, but I find it funny that it said be lighthearted because that's exactly what I was feeling. So I think as far as love goes, there's a really like light, fun, carefree kind of feeling. I think whoever you are connecting with, the two of you just have fun. It's easy. Okay, so this might be a relief to hear, and we'll explore more in the love reading as well, but it seems just very lighthearted, very fun, very playful. But you also have things coming to light, so maybe you're also having some realizations or realizing some certain things about a person or a situation, and you also have change and heal. So I find the Page of Cups comes up in readings sometimes where we've healed from something. We're starting to be ready to date again, for example. If you're already in a relationship, it could be that you and your partner are just entering a really good place romantically. You know, you've healed from something, maybe you've worked through something, something came to light, you've dealt with it, you know, you've sorted through it, and now you are in the healing stage. So it's really nice to see with the Page of Cups, because it's like, again, very lighthearted, like soft energy. So it's nice to see. Okay, group 4, let's get maybe one more. Possible year of new crushes, new relationships with the Page of Cups. Very loving. I can't wait to do the love reading. Something about the ball is almost feeling a little bit more like literal. So I don't know if it's like a baseball game that you're going to and meeting someone that kind of feels, or that the person you're dating just loves baseball. Just split the deck to soulmates. So let's see. Let's get one more. Group 4. Anything else we need to know about love? So sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, working on it. Okay. Date. Meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there, plans, set a date. I'm getting to like, because with the 9 of Wands, like be persistent. If you haven't been, like if 2024 was a real letdown when it comes to dating, I'm getting to be persistent. All right. If you've tried, you know, oh, my dog is dreaming. So yeah, I mean, oh, you've got clarity, truth, revelation on the bottom, but yeah, hammer. So if 2024 was a bit of a letdown in dating, maybe you tried online dating or something and it didn't work out, or you went on a bunch of dates and, you know, it just didn't work out the way you had hoped. To me, this is about like being persistent, working on it. It could also talk about like when I was talking about a relationship working on something, trying to repair something or build something. Let me see what else is coming through. Rebuilding. You could be rebuilding yourself, your life right now. Repetitive, persistent, working on it. Staying focused, maybe something to do with staying focused on what you want. Then you have date. So meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there, plan and set a date. Okay. I'm getting just like, I think someone's watching who's very discouraged as far as love, feeling discouraged about a previous relationship or just dating in general. There could have been some sort of heartbreak or something like that, but I'm getting to get back out there. Don't give up, and don't also like give up on the things that are important to you. Like you're not, you know what I mean? Like if there's certain values that you have that are important, healing heart. I think some of you did. This was a year of healing for you. So that could be what rebuilding is about. But yeah, I think if you're discouraged about dating, you know, try not to take it personally. You know, it might just be that the right person hasn't come along yet. And this could be the year because you've got Page of Cups. So I am seeing some dates. Okay, some dates and possible love match. So again, we'll explore more of that once we get into the full love reading, but honestly, group 4, your cards are awesome. Let me know if any of this resonated, maybe the thing about AI or creation or social media or the new job. Some of you are up for a promotion or a raise very soon. Baseball could be relevant. There's so many things. Travel is definitely a big part of your reading, but it's specifically places you haven't been or haven't explored. Some of you could be making friends through travel as well. We've got your tarot cards for the year ahead, which were the Empress, the Nine of Wands, and the Page of Cups. These ones here are more so specific to months individually. So if you get like the Ace of Swords, it's not necessarily your card of the year, but it could apply to a certain month. So let's see, group 4. I'm just going to sprinkle a few cards here and there. Okay, that's good. Okay, and we've got some charms. Some of you are doing something involving like your hair or your outfits or certain treatments you're getting done. Okay, if that resonates for you, I see that as a year where this might be something you're doing, okay? Because you've got the nail polish, you've got the hand. And I was saying that earlier. Remember I said something about the beauty industry? Some of you could be actually working in the beauty industry. You could be an esthetician, a nail technician, a hairstylist. Okay, so that could resonate for that reason. If not, I think these are things maybe you're focused on, you know, if that resonates for you. So let's start with the first month and we'll work our way through the year. And then we'll get your letters, your pendulum, and your angel number. So starting in January. January, you've got the magnifying glass. So you're looking closely at, what do we have here with it? Cups. So your focus seems to be love in January. Now this could be because you're meeting someone in January. You could be making that love match in January. You could be on a romantic holiday in January. You know, so love seems to be what your focus is in January. In February, we've got the sign of Cancer. We've got strength. We've got Leo energy there and Libra energy with the scales. And Pisces energy with the fish, if you want to really get specific. And you've got the hand. So let me see. You could be overcoming something in February or feeling particularly strong or digging deep to find strength with something. You could be building strength because I remember I was getting a little bit about physical movement with the bloodstone cards. So you could be doing like some strength training if we want to look at it literally. Let me see what else is coming through. Balance seems to be, oh my goodness. Okay, so right beside me, oh my gosh, a bunch of cards just fell over. So there could be something like, oh, interesting. There could be something you're cleaning or focusing on or something that you need to pay attention to in February in regards to balance, because the cards weren't balanced. They literally, I don't know if you could hear that, but a bunch of them fell off the little table that I had beside me. So maybe bringing something into balance is really important in February. You also have the fish. This can have to do with going with the flow. It can also have to do, of course, with emotions. Like I said, it could be Pisces possibly, but it is like a salmon. So it makes me think of like salmon swim upstream. You could be returning somewhere. Let me know what you get from that. You might get something personal. You've got the hand here. This could be someone reaching out. There's a feeling of like gentleness in February. Seeing if I'm missing anything. Something could get resolved in February. Or finalized, completed. Some documents also might be signed in February. Your patience may pay off in February. In March, I'm seeing you saving money for something. It could be a trip or a vacation. Got the little piggy bank, so saving some money. You've got alert, so something's getting your attention. Let's find out a little bit more. You've got Ace of Wands, so some idea, some alert, or possibly some news, likely through your phone, because alerts make me think of phone alerts. And Knight of Pentacles. So Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, alert, the piggy bank. You seem to be motivated or inspired with some creative or financial goal in March. So March is like a strong financial theme for you. I think you're saving for something or you're setting some sort of long-term goal financially. And you've got alerts. So it's like some sort of idea or news or burst of inspiration in March. March is fun. I like March. You might want to highlight March on your calendar because I get really good feelings from that month. And in April, we have There's new hope for projects you'd almost given up on. So you're reassessing something in April, something that maybe you thought wasn't going to work out. You're taking a closer look at it. You're making some adjustments or doing some analysis in the month of April. You also have the bike. This could have to do with the Get Moving card. You could be taking a spin class or going bike riding or buying a bike in April, going on a bike ride with somebody. You've got the moose. So the moose is about standing strong. It makes me think of your 9 of Wands. I'm thinking of, I'm getting something about support or feeling supported, feeling strong in your stance. Definitely feeling of like inner strength and sturdiness, feeling very sturdy. You could feel satisfied with the way something is progressing or see what adjustments you need to make in April in order to move something forward or in order to like revisit something. In May, you have a fox. So did we not have, yes, we did. Okay, so this is when this card comes into play, is May. So you've got May, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business with the fox charm. So there's some sort of clever move you're making or something you're being resourceful with in May. We also have a double card here. This matches one of your cards of the year, Page of Cups. So this could represent that in May, this is the month when this really comes into play. New relationships, new emotional beginnings. Into June, you've got thumbs up. So this could be social media interaction because I got so much about your social media account or some social media you might be building, if that resonates. So yeah, you could be getting lots of interaction. You've got the dog here. That connects to your dog card. So possible advice from a friend coming in June is when that might be happening. Where did that card go? I just like to make sure I'm remember. Yeah, so dog. So June is when this advice is likely coming in. You've also got the nails. So you're doing some sort of self-care or you're possibly polishing something, polishing an idea, polishing something you're writing, finishing something up, putting the last finishing touches on something. But I actually think this is literal nail polish or something to do with nail polish. You also have the bee. So you're working hard at something in June. Or it could be that this advice stings. Someone gives you advice, it stings a little bit, but I do feel like it's coming from a good place. In July, not much landed directly on July. It's more so like July might be kind of an uneventful month as far as like nothing of major significance, but a little bit of August is kind of going into July here. So it could be that things are starting towards the end of July because you've got Chaser and you've got the diving mask. Someone's definitely like, because this is like emotional exploration and this is obviously like someone chasing you or someone's like interested in you. So I'm getting this as somebody with the mask who's maybe hiding it is interested in exploring things deeper with you. It also could be something you're exploring possibly. You've got the Judgment card. So August is a rebirth month for you. It can also be a month of healthy self-analysis. Or, so that could be a month where you're just really reflective. And I feel like the other month where you're very reflective is, of course, April. So April and August, for some reason, seem like very reflective months. Here's that Fox card coming into play again in September with the chess piece, strategy. You're being strategic. You're thinking a move ahead in September. You're also rather fierce in September. You've got the fire-breathing dragon. You're expressing different ideas possibly or expressing this great passion that you have for something. Because I think of like a fire-breathing dragon, right? Into October, you've got the shovel. So you're digging something up or digging deep and you've got lost and found. So you're uncovering something that was lost in October. That's fun. I wonder what that is. We won't know until October, but come back. Please save this and let me know what happens because this is like the funnest part. So you're uncovering something or digging up something that was lost. You've got the pirate in November. So this can be seeking out adventure, going on some sort of adventure. If we think of the ship, if we think of voyage, you could be setting sail on some sort of adventure in November. You also have Cinderella's slipper or a shoe. You could be finding the right fit with something. You could be getting new shoes in November. I don't know. It could be anything. I generally think it's finding the right fit, and it can also make me think of Cinderella, so someone finding you. You've got the 3 keys, which tells me that in November, you've got some options, but you also have the cage with the bird in it. So this is making me think of like 8 of Swords. You're going to have options to get you out of a situation that you kind of feel stuck or restricted in. Into December, kind of November, December, you've got the little cabin here. I feel like you're going on some sort of retreat or vacation possibly at this time, or you're a little bit more like you're craving some solitude or some quiet or possibly to unplug from technology. You've got the bottle, okay? And it's near the Knight of Swords. So I feel like someone's saying something abruptly, something that they've bottled up in December. So that could also be advice from a friend. And again, you have the Eight of Swords energy. This could also be you problem solving, releasing some ideas that you've kept bottled up or secretive for a little while. Okay. And you could be kind of getting past some things that have made you feel restricted. This usually is like self-limiting beliefs or ideas or different things that we think, okay, is usually what this represents. So overall, looking really interesting. We're going to get your angel number. Okay, so this might be a good time to do your letters while we wait for that to charge. And then we're going to use an automated number selector to get your angel number. That's butter chicken sauce I had spilled on my book. Okay, we'll let that charge. We'll get your letters. So stay tuned for your angel number of the year. And I realized during group 3 that I didn't do letters for groups 1 and 2, so I have to go back and add that in. Okay, so can have very weird dreams, or sleep could be an issue in 2025 because of the moon, the nighttime messages we were getting, and dream. Recording your dreams could be important. You've got from my dream. Ooh, person from your dream. Something happening from a dream. So I'm just going to look at this and see what jumps out. Feel free to do the same. And then I'll turn them over and we can see what we see. This seems silly, but I see mess, and then in my brain I automatically thought of the robot. So some of you are getting one of those robot vacuums. I know that seems like a silly thing to mention, but you have robot, and I thought of it, so I want to mention it. Some of you are getting a robot vacuum. Where did your robot go? Did he fall over? Yeah, it's a robot. So some of you are getting a robot vacuum, one of those Roombas, I think they're called. Okay. I see wonder. I see the name Sarah popping out. Faux. RV, some of you could be going in an RV. Some of you, this voyage, this travel, could be somewhere with sand, the beach or something. Boat. What about boat? We heard the ship horn too, so. Easy, I'm saying easiness or easy. Okay, so let me flip these over for you and look in the comments for any suggestions. And also, if you enjoy me or my readings, if you enjoyed this, definitely check out my Patreon or my memberships, both linked below, if you'd like to support the channel and receive a reading every single week. And also, if you haven't already, consider subscribing. All of that really does help my channel, so I appreciate it. And share this video if you know of anyone who would enjoy it. So let me know what you see. Look for initials, names, different words that jump out to you. I don't see much else, but okay, we'll do your pendulum and then we'll do your angel number. So think of a yes or no question that you want to have answered. Have fun with it, right? This is just sometimes some fun extra confirmation. So pause if you need some time. You've got a yes, and the computer is just starting up, so perfect timing. Last group had 462, so let's see what you have. You've got 758, so let's see what your angel number says for your year ahead. 758. Mood. Do a mental health check. You are being asked to check in with your emotions and overall mental state. This is an alert from your guides to take all of this seriously. You are not alone, and others want to help you. Feel around today to see if you could use some extra support. If you feel like you do need it, ask. Okay, so that's really important. So if you need in 2025 to reach out for some sort of support, definitely do so. I did. That helped me. Okay, it helped me a lot. So I was diagnosed with OCD in 2010, and I didn't seek out any help right away, and I really wish I had. And it took me a few tries to find the right fit, but I did eventually find someone that really, really helped me. And even just like with advice from a friend or Page of Cups, like you could be getting some help from someone who has like a very nurturing energy in 2025. But in general, I think this could be a focus for you, is really taking care of your wellness, including any support you need for any mental health or anything to do with your mood you could be looking into, or advice from a friend card could be like talking more to friends about certain things or being more open that way. With the Page of Cups too, being very open about your mood and your emotions could be important. Okay, or talking about it. Maybe for you it's more so writing about it or something like that. So however this resonates for you, but your mood could be relevant. You could be maybe seeking out some support in 2025, or talking more about it. I think it's good to be open and share if it's helpful. So definitely. So let me know what you think, group 4. I am super excited to hear what you think. I hope that you enjoyed today's message, and let me know throughout the year as things unfold what does happen, what doesn't happen, how did it happen, and we will see you next time.